All right, real quick, before we start the show, we're going to need your help with something, okay? In order to support our show, we need the help of great advertisers, all right? And to find great advertisers, we're going to need to learn a little bit more about you. We need to know about the demographics, who you are, what you're into, etc. All right, so if you could go to podsurvey.com/flagrant, all right, you take a quick anonymous survey, and it will really help us get to know you. It'll help the ad company that sells our ads get to know you so they could target the right brands for us, etc. It just could really help out. You know, I'm not saying this is, you know, some mandatory I have to read, etc. I truly do think that this could help us out. And if you guys got some time, you know, I appreciate it. I don't think it will be long at all. Matter of fact, once you've completed the survey, you can enter to win a $100 Amazon gift card. So that's, I guess, pretty cool. Again, that's podsurvey.com, podsurvey.com/flagrant, FLAGRANT. All right, podsurvey.com/flagrant. Thanks for our help. Appreciate y'all, man. All right, let's get the show started.
Good morning, everybody.
Listen to whose voice that is. Daddy's home.
Welcome to the Flagrant 2 podcast. No easy buckets analysis by assholes. Water cooler commentary for your sports needs. I'm your boy, Real Life Kaz. To my left is my good friend Akash Singh.
What's up?
Missing in action right now is our boy Andrew Schultz. He is,
He's taking a shit.
He's taking a shit. I wish we had something more interesting to talk about, but we don't. Andrew is literally battling the shits right now. He will join us as soon as he drops one off in the pool.
I told him to tell us about his battle after. He said he's wrestling with his poop and he needs a few more minutes, but he wanted us to know he is winning, though.
He wanted us to know that he was putting up a valiant effort right now. So, you know, well, the motherfucker's taking a shit. And we said we'll just start without him because we've kind of been sitting here waiting, Eden's still filling in for Alex today because Alex is, where is Alex anyway?
Alex is out in the Hamptons with his white girl.
He's out in the Hamptons with his, all right, let's not do the white girl thing again.
Why are you shutting out fun already? You're not here enough to be daddy.
Both of us are the white girl chasers. Is that what that is?
Alex actually the white girl chaser, though. Honestly, you should be happy the heat off of you.
Good. It's not worth the stress, goddammit.
Of a black woman? Is that what you mean? Is that why you go to white girls? Is that what you're talking about?
Listen, I don't want the stress of OJ without the fun of OJ. So, if you're gonna blast me with all the white woman talk,
then you should get to blast a few white women.
Blast a white woman or two. Shit, it's dry as a desert over here. Goddamn.
No, it's not dry. Kaz,
it's dry,
you out
bro.
there writing for WWE? You think it's dry?
It's fun, but man, like, yo, y'all never hit like a cold. Well, you've been in a relationship for years, but bro, I hit.
And I didn't have sex before that, so my whole life was a cold streak.
You've just been in a lifelong
I have a cold
streak, bro.
In our relationship.
Bro. Like, ain't no white woman, no black woman, no brown, ain't no nothing. Not a damn
Kaz
thing.
Is a fucking liar, everybody. Kaz was doing can you talk about your Bumble ad campaign?
Oh, I can't talk about it yet.
Can I talk about it?
I mean, we could touch on it.
Kaz, Bumble said to Kaz, "We think you're fine."
Yeah,
basically,
they're doing a campaign, and I'm probably not even at liberty to talk about this yet, but whatever.
Kaz is gonna be on hoes Bumbles everywhere. Just, hey, you want this dude?
So they named the top 100 most interesting New Yorkers, right? And
dudes.
Bachelors. Yes, bachelors.
That's why I'm not on the list.
And and they reached out to me. So, like, if anybody saw me, like, you know, weirdly posing on Instagram the other day, that's what it was for.
I was wondering, my man was wearing a long-ass denim shirt.
Word.
That shit was long. I was like, why does it go down to his knees?
They gave me
Kaz don't dress like this. Kaz out here dressing like Travis Scott. I don't get it. What's going on?
But it was lit, though, because they had, like, you know, I'm not used to, like, stylists and stuff, and it was, like, Bieber stylist or something that, like.
Really?
Like, she was, like, the real deal and all that. So I was like, oh, they were like, wear this, you look fine. So I'm like, all right, I guess, like, if that's, you know, if you guys style celebrities and all that type of stuff, I'll
and when does that release? When does that drop?
Gosh, I want to say the end of the summer, so I'll say like in the next month or two.
End of the summer. Kaz's ad campaign and white girls' panties everywhere. Gonna drop.
Oh God! Shout out to the white woman I'm not getting at all. I'm not getting any women at this point, and I think it's because of you. I think it's because of you guys. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like I wish I had a better reason for a better explanation for why the well has run dry.
Right.
But in all honesty, I truly think it's because of this podcast.
What are you talking about?
No, here's the thing. All right,
you're not even here enough.
Exactly.
Cost you home.
Exactly. I'm not here to defend myself. All I hear, okay, so it's not even your fault, right? It's not even your fault. Any woman who looks in my comment section on Instagram, all it is followers of the show, fans of the show. Where the white woman at, Kaz? You ain't filling up on the white woman. You're not doing it. Every single comment, and without context, by the way. So if you don't have context, the only thing that's in my Instagram comments is Kaz is a deadbeat dad.
That's so funny.
And he loves a white woman.
Funny.
And I don't know about you guys, but that doesn't really bring it out of women like that when all up and down your comments is.
Wait till Bumble looks at your fucking IG. It's a wrap.
God, I can't stand you motherfuckers. Yo, like this week was like the first time like I actually got tight at Flagrant 2 fans. Like for the first time.
Kaz got a little emotional. Kaz hit us up.
Yo, for a minute I was like,
I'm tired of missing
episodes, bro. We gotta work something out. We have to work something out, bro. Because like a lot of the times, like I'm listening, like I'm seeing these comments without context.
Right.
So like the episode will drop and I'm taping or something, so I can't really listen to the show. Yo, fuck you, all right? We can't even hear you. Yo, did you wash your hands?
No.
I bet you did, bro. But no, that was the. Andrew's back, by the way. So for guys
everybody.
who are just,
I'm hungover. I just took a shit.
Yeah, he had a battle with the toilets and the shits or whatever. So. Like I was saying, this week was like the first week I really got tight. So I got in the group chat. I'm like, nah, man, we got to figure out a way. We got to find some time.
Independently, bro.
I'm like, bro. I'm like, listen.
Going through it, bro.
I'm like, listen.
You know what I said? You know what? Just because I love you so much, I'm going to fire Alex. So today we got Eden here. They are stealing the jobs.
They are stealing all our jobs, aren't they? How come we don't have a mic? You don't have a mic? Well, the mic's over there.
He's not ready for a mic.
He's not ready for a mic.
What you want him to say? In my opinion, football is the best sport. I think you should talk more about football.
And baseball.
Like Sammy Sosa,
and baseball and
has
football.
been very, very good to me.
Baseball and football. I take any bat.
Yeah, but no, it's so shout out to all the Flagrant 2 fans who have lovingly given me shit for missing a bunch of episodes.
Oh man, they've been going at you, bro.
So I was telling them like, I'm in a dry spell right now.
Yeah.
Simply because, and I blame this show specifically.
Dry spell sexually?
Yes.
Yeah. What happened to your shorty?
Well,
that died?
I was waiting to get that.
Distance. It's this. We're not even gonna talk about it. We're not talking about
what is
that.
the distance about?
Well, it's not important.
Kind of seems like a theme in your life. Distance from those that you love, guys.
Is this what we're doing?
The closer you get to Vince McMahon, the further you get from everybody else in your life. The closer you get to middle America.
Oh my God.
Can you smell a deadbeat?
So I don't know. And I'm blaming the show because I don't know if it really brings it out on women, but every time you look at my Instagram comments, I'm either with chasing white women or I'm a deadbeat dad.
Lady assholes.
So,
keep it tight, lady assholes.
It's not fun.
Y'all know how to motivate. Y'all know how to motivate.
So I was like, fuck it. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm taking every late flight. I'm taking whatever we need to do to get us all here.
Listen,
together.
we sacrificing too, man.
We all sacrificing.
Waking up at fucking 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning. I was hungover.
I drove in from Boston at 5 a.m. 5 a.m.
Yo, Akash.
Listen.
Akash probably sacrificed the most today. I'm not going to lie. I thought I was going to come in like, yo, you made me stay up late, but 5 a.m. drive is not, that's legit.
Shout out to my girl. She held down a lot of the drive.
So you
on, yo. Come on,
I don't want.
What the fuck, yo?
Nobody wants to hear that, bro.
The fuck, bro? The fuck out of here with that shit. Kaz is single, son. You gotta get the fuck out of here. You can't be talking about girls and shit.
It's not fun, bro.
So you officially single?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I said finally. I've been waiting for this forever. Kaz enjoyed 2 weeks of being single, was loving life, and then all of a sudden he kind of talking to somebody. I'm like, dog.
Man, we gotta delete girls' names from the podcast.
It wasn't 2 weeks, guys. It was much longer than that.
Well, we're talking about how long you were faithful.
Oh, wow. Okay, this is what we're not gonna do.
In the city.
That's what we're not gonna do. I'm a fan.
I miss having
black
Kaz
men
on,
don't
bro.
cheat.
I miss having Kaz.
It's your daddy's home.
Kaz on constant defense over. He looking like Floyd.
God.
Slipping.
Just fucking bobbing and fucking weaving between you motherfuckers. Goddamn. But yeah, no, fuck everybody that was in my comments for the past 2 weeks calling me a deadbeat.
Yo, stay in Kaz comments.
Saying, Mouse is gonna replace you.
Yo, we're working out a deal, bro. We're working out. Once they found out Alex was black.
Are you just
Yo,
like growing
seriously.
through black people to fucking replace me? Fuck all y'all. You kidding me?
We had to do
Fuck
it.
all y'all.
What?
Y'all don't know. Everybody watching this shit, y'all don't know half the shit that goes through the taping or the putting together of this entire show.
It's really not much. It's a text message about 24 hours before.
It's a lot.
It's 24 hours before Kaz and Archive start sending topics.
Do you understand how much goes through between setting up these lights, these cameras, this fucking logo, this fucking
it was hard until we got an illegal.
All this shit.
Now we good to go.
Now we're good. Goddamn it, Mexicans.
In my opinion, setting up this work is much easier than hanging out outside the Home Depots.
Yo, real talk, when we started late and I saw a Latino dude, I was like, what the fuck is happening to America?
It's changing, bro.
Trump gotta let this shit relax a little
We
bit.
really got every continent here.
Bro.
Yeah,
That's
we
the
do.
beauty of this show,
God, man.
That's the beauty of this show. It's all colors.
See what
in the
happens when
rainbow.
racism and anger and hatred and misogyny come together?
It's beautiful.
And unite against women.
That's all it is. Keep them assholes open, ladies.
It's
Yo,
beautiful,
I had a girl press me in Brooklyn. Brooklyn changed, bro.
Really? What happened in Brooklyn?
I went to this bar. First of all, the reason Brooklyn's soft now is because these soft motherfuckers moved into Brooklyn. I never go to outside the boroughs, by the way. I just want to let everybody know, unless I gotta fly. But I went to my friend's birthday party, and I was hanging out at this bar outside. Kaz, we're not doing phones.
I'm not doing phones, bro.
Oh, you are doing a phone.
Sorry,
So,
Dad.
It's okay. I gotta keep it locked. So I'm at this bar, and it's one of these like hipster bars. Everybody's got a beard in the bar.
Okay.
And I think that's their version of like clinging on to the last bit of their masculinity. Right?
Everyone has a beard or
a beard. A beard.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
He means
facial hair.
He means a girlfriend that makes him pretend they're not gay.
I think both of those beards.
I think, but they all apply in this point.
And I'm there's like some like couches, whatever, and I have my foot up on the armrest of the couch, 1 foot up, like in George Washington crossing the Delaware Post, you know. And then a girl is sitting on the couch that I don't know, and she turns to me and she goes, "Excuse me, that posture is a microaggression."
Oh my God.
Bro, I thought this only happened in like fucking
Movies.
Huffington Post articles or movies or that kind of shit like that.
What?
She goes, "Excuse me." He goes, "That posture is a microaggression." And I go, "Bitch."
You said
I
bitch?
said, "Bitch."
You did not say bitch.
I said, this is what I said. I said, "Bitch, ain't nothing micro about this."
Dead ass?
I go, "This is a macro aggression, bitch." I had Matt Vodkas in me. I didn't bookend the bitch. I just started
I was
it
about
with
to say, yeah.
You said one bitch. You hit him with
I
one
dropped
bitch.
one bitch.
Yeah,
I
you were
gave her
good.
one bitch.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I one bitch and I kept
Every drunk woman will let one bitch slide.
Yeah,
The
you
second
get like-
one, you're like, all right.
Nah, it's a
listen.
white girl, man. She
Son,
gonna let that
if
slide.
you
She gonna
bookend
be
it-
too throwing back. White women don't know how to handle real aggression.
Yo, but one bitch, they get a little turned on.
I think so.
Bro,
I
I
can see that.
Yeah.
If you start it, if you end it with a bitch, it's bad. But if you're like sometimes I'll do this when I'm talking to girls, I'll be like, "Bitch, let me just tell you something." And then at first they go, "Okay."
Because you gotta meet them with that energy. Like
Yo.
once you establish that's the energy you're coming with, then they have to renegotiate whatever the fuck
They
they were
gotta
about to
figure
say
their
to you.
own shit.
They're like, oh, okay, all right.
It's like
well,
when a
shit.
racially ambiguous dude says the N-word, and you're like, "He's
Yeah.
comfy. He must have
he
some
said-
black in him."
Yeah, if I didn't know him real quick, it'd be like, "Oh, what's up, my nigga?"
You still don't know him because you called him him.
Eden.
Oh,
We
Eden,
talk
my
about
fault.
Eden. It's Eden or
Eden?
Eden? It's Eden, my bad. Eden looked like 6'9" before the tats.
6'9" with
I know
parents.
Eden.
Dad got killed. 6'9's dad got killed.
Of course he did. I could have looked at 6'9" and told you something happened to his dad. He left, got killed.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Nothing about him screams family values. Like, I could look right at him and be like, yeah, you
think a father would let a guy
You were
get
missing
that
several hugs as a child and games of catch.
You don't come home and the dad goes, another 6'9" tattoo. That's what you need.
That's what you need.
Literally.
That works. But
anyway, Brooklyn's changed, yo.
Yeah.
Microaggression.
They have fucking.
I couldn't believe it, bro. I thought it was a joke.
They have.
You know what's really aggressive? You should have looked at it and said, you know what's really aggressive? The way you moved every black person out of this neighborhood. That's what's really aggressive. That's all you got to hit them with. I did a show, one of these fucking hipster shows, and I'm going in, and I'm kind of leaning into being an asshole because I probably was like nervous that they wouldn't like me, so I just overcompensated or whatever.
Yeah.
But after a while, them not liking me, y'all can all go fuck yourselves. You act like you're so racially progressive. Meanwhile, you moved out every black person that lived here so you could put up a fucking cupcake shop or whatever. And then everything flipped. They're so self-deprecating. They just all of a sudden they like you.
Like, yeah, we are terrible.
They're self-loathing.
That's most
self-loathing. That's what. Yeah, my bad.
That's what I've noticed about like most white comics that I like. They're just like, oh yeah, we're terrible. We're
I
awful
hate
people.
that. I like proud white
and
people.
it's just like
These hipsters are so self-loathing though.
Yeah.
They judge you until you tell them they're a piece of shit, and then there's this weird cuck thing where they're all like, yes, okay, I like you.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, man. They really hate themselves.
If you said that to her, I guarantee you should have just been like, oh, you're right.
Yeah. It's I think about it, it's a huge disadvantage in life.
What, self-loathing?
Like if you raise your kids to be self-loathing, right? Because they won't compete. They won't compete at the level they need to compete to succeed, right? They're gonna.
It depends. It depends.
I'm saying I don't want my kid feeling bad for minorities, feeling bad for women, feeling bad for anything. If you want to get a job as an engineer and there's one job, don't be like, well, historically speaking,
systematic racism.
I should let the woman have the job. Go get your money, bro. Let's go.
I don't want you. I want to get the job knowing
because
you
you
tried
worked
your
hard.
best and I'm still better.
It's like if you really respected other people from other cultures, you would play ball hard against them. Like, I know I don't respect someone's talent on a basketball court when I'm not trying.
Yeah.
You know, when a girl plays and you kind of put your hand up, you don't respect them as equal.
Yeah.
No.
I know I respect you as equal if I, one, make fun of you, and two, try my hardest against you in whatever the fuck it is.
Then that's a person that can beat you.
And that's the thing. And I think people take the equality shit and don't really understand what we want. Like, we all just want the same equal opportunity to fail as much as we want the equal opportunity to succeed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
fail,
like,
I'm gonna win.
Yeah. I mean, no, it's like, like, just give us the same like chances that other people get. That's it. Whether it's good, bad, indifferent,
equal
whatever.
Playing field.
Equal playing field.
You don't want to be given shit. You just want to be given the same opportunity.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. But once we're both going for it, once we're on the field and everybody got the cleats and everybody got the football and everybody got the same pads and everything's there, now it's less off to the races.
That's a slippery slope, though.
Can I say some shit that's problematic or whatever the fuck? I don't even care about an equal playing field. If the playing field is leveled like against me, I still don't mind because I'm still going to get it, and then you're just going to have to sit there and know you had all the advantages and I still took your shit.
That's true.
But that's why
that's what I was getting at. That's what I was getting at. Yeah.
That's real pride.
Yeah.
We're talking about pride. I don't want nothing from you. I got too much pride.
Right.
Let me just take your shit because I'm better.
Say it with me. White power.
White power. I don't give a fuck.
I got you in my head, man.
I don't give a fuck.
There was something happened last episode where literally I couldn't even get the punchline out. Akash already started laughing, and when he knew the joke, I was like, these Indians are smart. These motherfuckers are smart. That's why they taking over. Son.
Akash, you're like the Indian Spliff Star, bro.
Who's Spliff Star?
Spliff Star, that's Busta Rhymes' hype man.
Oh, yes.
Just finishing the lyrics when he's too drunk to finish or whatever.
Yo, yeah.
I thought a different star. I was thinking a different star.
No.
One out here ruining lives.
Fuck that dude, man.
What's the guy's name?
Oh,
I'm fucking up. I can't believe I can't remember this shit. This is really hurting me right now. Jay-Z's Spliff Star.
Oh, Memphis Bleak.
Of course you can't remember that name.
Nah, he did have
As long as I'm alive.
Real talk, outside of New York, no one remembers Memphis Bleak.
Yeah, but dude,
he had a song
a
where he had
for Rockaware.
Everyone had a billboard for Rockaway.
Yeah, but that's true.
Fucking young Chris had a billboard for
Yo,
Rockaway.
shout out to young Chris, bro.
I fucked with young Chris.
Yo, young Chris old now.
Man, yeah, he's middle-aged Chris at this point.
You're checking on middle-aged Chris, tapping into the Roth IRA. How much I got in my Roth, accountant?
Oh God! So last night, well, this week we got some fucking football. We actually got some actual sort of.
How good does it feel?
Football.
I'm getting real excited. I don't like preseason, but I'm getting that lets me know what's coming. I'm getting real excited.
And you know what it is?
Even just to have convo about football.
Oh, it's nice.
It's just like
I've gotten to the point where like I've accepted my flaws. And
right.
like
you like white women. We get
last
it.
Year,
it's fine, bro. It's okay, dude. It's all good, bro. It's
last
not a big
year,
deal.
I really tried to boycott the NFL. Like I
you can't
really
do
gave
it.
I really gave it.
Make sense.
I gave it the college try. Like,
for what? For a one knee?
You know?
I don't boycott the NFL over one knee. It's a knee. It's one knee out of thousands of knees in the fucking league.
It's inefficient.
It
makes no sense. It's inefficient.
I don't judge all the knees over one knee. That's racist. That's that's judgmental of a person. It's one knee. I can't judge all the knees because of one knee.
No, here's the thing. I still very much, am with Cap, and I still believe that he got the raw shit end of the deal.
Yeah.
Everything, all that.
He should have picked a different sport.
But it's just like, fuck, man.
Motherfucker should have picked curling. They're already on a knee. I mean, pick curling. We with you, dog. But it's solidarity.
It's one of those things where it's just like, dog, like as much as we try, like we're fucking like.
I bet Cat don't boycott the NFL.
Cavemen,
I bet
bro.
Cat watching on Sundays.
You know he's watching.
You know he's watching. On Sundays.
He has to, because Eric Reed's his boy. There's no way you are not watching the NFL at least a little bit. Yeah, there's no way you're at least like.
Of course,
yeah. You definitely watching to see if they take a knee.
Yeah,
listen,
you watching.
I guarantee you, he needs some kind of break from Nessa. I love Nessa, but listen, Nessa cool as fuck. But I imagine a lifetime at Nessa would be like, all right, can I watch the fucking for 3 hours?
That's what he was taking a knee for.
Oh my God. You'll never hear me say a bad word about Nessa. This is
great. Nessa probably don't remember me at all.
Shouts to Nessa. All love to Nessa. Now she gonna get these jokes. So you know what this taking knee was really about? She was like, when are you going to propose? He was like, listen, the other knee I've been taking is a little bit more important, okay? I need to focus. I can't have any distractions from the other knee I'm taking right now.
Yeah.
We will work that out once we have equality in this country, once we have treatment that's respectable.
Oh my God.
Nessa got to wait that one out, yo. She got to wait that one out.
Fucking good.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Talk about collusion. You colluding to not get married. I will say this though: the best proof of collusion for Kaepernick, I think, is that Madden shit.
Yeah, Madden.
Absolutely.
I think
absolutely.
If you're making for anybody who doesn't know, Colin Kaepernick was suing the NFL for collusion, basically stating that
all the owners and teams conspired
to make sure he couldn't get a job, right?
Yeah.
And there's really no way to prove that, right? Unless you can tap into emails.
Because I believe it, but you can't.
Of course,
prove it.
but there's one of the things you can believe you can't prove, right? So it's like most racism.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like there was it was a Patrice O'Neal bit. He had that thing like he goes, that new racism don't want to fuck me up. We're the one where I know you racist,
but I can't prove it. Yeah, it's hard, man. So it's always too late. It's always a few gunshots too short and
some shit is
and the noose too long. It's like, oh, okay, that's racist. I get it now. But
but here's the first bit of proof. Here's the first bit of proof, bro. It's like you could. I don't know if you could actually win a case with it, but here's the first bit of proof which shows that the NFL has clearly conspired to remove Kaepernick from something.
2 years
right
in a
now,
row.
It's a video game. It's 2 years in a row. I don't know how we didn't notice it last year.
Yeah.
Well,
Nessa said 2 years in a row, and I believe that.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
I mean, to be
last
fair,
year you wasn't playing either.
First of all, get some new songs, yo.
I mean, no, this is Big Bank's it's a bigger song. You know what I mean? It's YG, Nicki Minaj, 2 Chainz, Big Sean, and I think the Kaepernick mentioned last year was a song from some dude that I honestly never really heard of.
Here's what I'm
bars.
My thing is this, right? So EA Sports, they try to be like real slick about it, right? So you remember back in the day when we used to play NBA Live and like they didn't have the rights to Michael Jordan, so they have like roster player or number 99 or some shit like that.
He was nice.
And that was because, MJ wasn't signed to the Players Union. So they're like, oh, we don't have rights to use your likeness in the video game.
Right.
So EA Sports tried to be real slick and be like, oh, that's the reason why we couldn't use Kaepernick because he's not in the union or whatever.
They said it was a mistake.
Turns out he still is. Exactly. So that's when they're like, you fucked up. So there's no way you find that out. And this is just me guessing here.
Right.
If I'm EA Sports, there's no way you find that out without talking to the NFL first and be like, hey, Colin Kaepernick's mentioned pretty prominently in the song that we're having. Is it okay? And I'm pretty sure the NFL was like, scrub it out.
Still might be tough to prove in a court of law. Now, here's my question. How did you make it through an entire Big Sean verse to hear that Colin Kaepernick's name was left out?
Oh, you hate Sean?
I actually don't, but
I'm about to say, what's wrong with Big Sean, bro?
It's funny.
Big Sean's like the most like non-problematic rapper.
Problematic? Fuck! I hate this word. This word will not be used on Flagrant. Problematic.
Okay, all right.
A motherfucker is a problem or he not? There's no problematic.
Not problematic.
This made up ass 20-year-old ass word. Fucking 19-year-olds in college got nothing better to do.
My thing is, who has a problem with Big Sean?
You gotta pay back Sally loan, then you gonna see a motherfucking problem when Sally Mae payments come up due. You fucking losers.
My thing is, who has a problem with Big Sean? Like, he doesn't bother anybody.
You're saying that the word problematic.
It's a bullshit word.
Okay, because it's not. It's such a great thing. Something is either a problem or it's not. It's like if a tsunami's coming, you're like, this is problematic.
Exactly.
We got a problem, motherfucker. Let's go. Follow the Asians. They already running.
Exactly. Cops shooting black people. No one is like, that's problematic.
I know.
A problem
it's a problem.
Not a problem.
Fucking stupid ass kids.
That's the best take
on problematic. From here on out, the word problematic is the first banned word.
It
from Flagrant 2.
It shows you how meaningless the microaggression is that you can't even call it a problem.
No.
You're admitting with the word it's not a real problem.
It's kind of a problem.
That's it. It's kind of.
It insinuates a problem.
You can throw microaggression in the same boat as that. It's like you're either being aggressive
or you're not. Ain't no microaggression.
Yeah, like
listen, you were looking at my dick, bitch. Stupid ass bitch. Looking at my dick, want to make me feel uncomfortable because you were looking at my sauce. You know what I mean? Should have put that shit on your shoulder.
Christ, yo.
You know what I mean? What's up? What's up, yo? What's up?
I was talking to dope ass older lady that works at ABC.
Dope.
She, Marcy. Shouts to Marcy.
Shout out to Marcy.
She said she grew up in the city. She said a dude on the subway back in like the 70s just straight put his dick on her shoulder.
Yeah.
And she just looked at him.
Yo, that was my bad, son. My bad.
You look like you could be old ass white man. It's Asian like a white dude ass.
God damn. I'm about to say, Asian is not your strong suit, white man.
Bro. Yo, I be Asian, like bro. Milk. Dude, I age like grapes. You know what I mean? Like I'm still here. Like I'm gonna turn into something. You know what I mean? But it ain't gonna be like I used to. You know what I mean?
A few more wrinkles.
So hopefully we can use you for something else, maybe some cereal.
Real talk.
Sprinkle you in
she said the illest shit though. She said I just turned around and laughed at the dude.
Yeah,
and that's how you fuck people up. She was like, all this shit people are complaining about, I don't get it. She's like, guy put his dick on my shoulder. I just laughed at him, and then he was completely fucked up, and the whole train was like, look at this loser.
Yeah, you gotta laugh at dudes.
It's
ladies.
like the person who has the nerve to slap a dick on a random shoulder. How is that the fault of the person whose shoulder it is?
Like, it's never her fault.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, why should you be bothered? Like, this guy's clearly
I'll tell you one thing.
Nutcase.
A guy puts his dick on your shoulder, you gonna have a lot of confidence in those tank tops. You know what I mean? Like, you gonna let them shoulders fly. You know what I mean? You gonna put on Duval song and shit. Like,
kill him with the shoulders.
You gonna be smiling, bitch.
Smile.
Oh man,
you can't tell that bitch shit. With a little halter top.
Oh, motherfucker. All right, so yeah, we got. So I said all that to say.
No, you were finishing a sentence.
No, you got.
No, I say all that to say football's back.
No, football's so bad.
I didn't want to talk
And
about.
I tried to boycott last year, but like at the end of the day, like I'm just a fucking caveman, dog. Like
we're Neanderthals.
Yeah,
We're
violence.
animals.
I love this shit, and it's like I know I'm fully aware. I'm the most aware of how terrible this league and game is.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I still watch. And I still need to be entertained.
Yeah, the knee don't fuck me up as much as the concussions, and like I'm watching people kill themselves.
Yeah, I mean, like,
but I'm watching.
The racial equality stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's not an NFL issue. My point is if we're talking about police, that is a state issue. The state police force.
If we want to take real stands, the NFL owners will take dudes who beat the shit out of their girlfriends and wives, and if nobody says anything, they're on the team.
What was
I still won't take that
name
stand.
that read Jerry Jones last week?
Greg Hardy?
No. The dude that was like, you're requiring everyone to stand for the anthem, but you said
Dale Hansen. He's a sports dude in Dallas. Since I was born, I remember Dale Hansen.
Yeah, he's an OG old white dude.
Yeah,
he just called out the hypocrisy of owners.
Yeah, he was
He said,
bro.
no, this is actually, so I want
straight up to Jerry Jones.
Without getting too serious, I thought there were two ways we could get into kneeling. I thought two stories were kind of funny. One, I think it was the Titans or Rams was trying to sign a safety.
Yeah.
And it was between Kenny Vaccaro and Eric Reed. Eric Reed, homies with Kaepernick, always taking a knee.
Yeah.
This is his shot. This motherfucker couldn't make it to the team because he missed, he had too many canceled flights. So you're one shot at making a team, and somebody finally being like, listen, I know you took a knee, but come on. The fucking airlines conspired against this. The weather. God conspired against this man and said, you know what? Lightning. You know what? You're not making it nowhere.
That means he's doing the right thing. God damn it! That means God was like,
I don't know, man. If I'm players in the league, I make all the money I fucking can, and I start opening up I Promise schools. All dead ass. That's what I would do. All the money that you would get fined for kneeling or all these things that could potentially happen, I'd pool all that money with all the other players, and I'd open an I Promise school in spite of the NFL. You could call it a fuck the NFL I Promise school. Whatever you want to do, but the way you really make moves in the world is financially. One of the greatest things that Kaepernick did outside of getting awareness for
Know
this.
Your Rights camp.
That's
This
real
motherfucker's putting the money back in.
Kaepernick's about it, man. He's not a phony. He's not a phony dude at all.
That dude's
And you know what the real fuck you is? Not a fuck the NFL school. You open a school, no football team.
Boom!
And if I'm Kaepernick or Eric Reed, I don't give a fuck if I'm not playing. I go give speeches. I get paid $30,000 a speech or whatever the fuck. These cuck ass universities will all have me speak for $50,000, $100,000. Sure. I'm making tons of money and I'm not sacrificing my body or mind at all.
Yeah. I'm not pocket watching Kaepernick at all, but I'm positive he's doing all right.
I mean, listen,
you know what
from what I the one time I met the guy, he didn't seem like he gave a fuck about spending his money. Like he's living happily.
He's doing this willingly.
He's not blowing his money. He got a $25 million signing bonus from SF when he signed.
He's straight.
He good.
He got Beats money. He got Nike money.
Like, he got two white parents. He'll be fine. They're not gonna let him go broke, bro. you know his parents are going, Colin, we see the bank account getting low. Tighten it up, Colin.
Nessa make money. He good.
Yo, you think he ever is asking for head from Nessa, and she's like, nah, I'm not in the mood. And he goes, well, sometimes I'm not in the mood to get on my knees.
But there are people in need.
But there are people in need.
You gotta look out.
Are you trying? Are you about service or not?
Oh, Jesus.
Maybe we need to go back to church.
Facts.
Oh, shit. I'm done.
Facts of life, goddammit.
Second funny story about kneeling. Jerry Jones made a real... The NFL owners are like, please, everybody shut the fuck about this take a knee business.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones don't give a fuck. He's like, if someone wants to play for the Dallas Cowboys, they will toe the line at the anthem. You're not allowed to stay in the locker room. Yeah. His son reiterates it. If you want to play for the Cowboys, you're going to stand for the anthem. You're not going to stay in the locker room. Yeah. Then Jerry Jones, there is like a scrimmage or a practice. They're playing the national anthem.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got a hat on. And that's some disrespectful shit. Especially down south, you take your fucking hat off. So Jerry's son says to him on camera, leans over and says something to him like to the effect of, take off your hat. And then Jerry just kind of leans in. He's like, nah, I can't. And he said, is this your hair? And Jerry's like, yeah, I can't. You can't really hear what Jerry says, but he leaves his hat on. And what people think it is, because Jerry been wearing a toupee for decades. This motherfucker bald as shit. And if he took his hat off, he was going to be bald and he was going to have to deal with that. And he was so fucking vain that instead of respecting the country, he was just like, nah, I can't let people know I'm bald. Leave the hat on.
Male pattern baldness
is
more important than
and I hope he gets crucified for that.
So Jerry,
I don't think people are giving him enough shit for that.
They're not.
Now you
suddenly he got
understand.
quiet for a couple days.
Yeah.
Now you understand why people kneel for the flag, because sometimes what you have going on personally
perfect. Beautiful.
is more important than standing or showing respect for it. That's what it is. And instead of you just being bald, there are black people just getting killed by police. So I think, wow, maybe this is the moment that he truly understands.
Maybe he was enlightened for the first time. He was like, Eureka.
He's
going to sit down with Kaepernick next week. He's like, bro, listen, cops getting killed, my bald head, I get it. We're here.
Yo, what if teams aren't signing Kaepernick because they're like, dude, that knee's taking a lot of pounding. Yo, there's I was talking to Dante Nero. Shouts to Dante Nero, comedian buddy of mine, has a great podcast called the Beige Phillip Show, and he was telling me some joke that he was working on. I don't want to ruin his joke, but and it was about like black people's relationship with the police. And he goes, you know, there's songs like "Fuck the Police," right?
Yeah.
He goes, but there's no song "Fuck the Firemen."
Because everybody fucks a fireman.
Because the relationship you see with firemen is, yo, they're running into burning buildings, right? So, and I was like, and then it fucking hit me, and I go, yo, Dante, that's how white people feel about the police. The same way everyone feels about firemen. They think that they're all there to help, etc. Right? So that's why it's so mind-boggling.
For the most part, they are. For the most part, they
absolutely.
are.
Without doubt. Yo, I'm super supportive of police, you know, our service member, everybody. We understand that there's corruption.
Two things can
exist.
Two
things can exist.
Most
that's
cops can be good, and black people can be getting fucked by the few bad cops.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, but what I thought it was an interesting point, because if somebody was doing a fuck the firemen shit, we would be like, yo, chill the fuck. What are you talking about? Fuck the fire. All they do is here to help us. And I think that's the disconnect with this discussion, is half the people are looking at the fuck the police, or looking at the police need to fix shit. Like, how can you criticize these people who are just risking their lives? They don't really understand it. How do you get them to understand it? If watching videos doesn't work, if showing clips doesn't work, if telling stories doesn't work, at the moment, I don't know. I'm going to crunch my brain about it. But I think the biggest issue with this whole protest is getting people to empathize and getting people to truly understand is different out here for us.
And in the same way we can't understand how tough middle America white people have it, they don't know enough black people to be like, wait, cops are bad?
Dude, that's a great...
There's one black kid in the town, he seems all right.
Yeah.
And if he's going through shit, you probably don't know him. Yeah. You know what I mean? If he's getting fucked with, you probably don't know him well enough for him to be like, oh, this is fucked.
Yeah.
He's not going to confide in you.
We've lived in such a great, like, you know, cultural bubble of being in New York City. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the show alone, like, represents so many different walks of life. That, like, if you go to, you know, that's not where the issue is. Like, the issue, if this shit was just happening strictly in New York, it would have been solved quick, fast, and in a hurry. Because like, oh, we understand this is that and the third. But like with the NFL, it's like, where's their main audience? Middle America, man. Like, I get to see Middle America almost every week now. Yeah. And there's not a lot of us out there. Yeah. So it's like, when
you are flourishing.
For another day. But you know, like, it's just these conversations aren't being had, and they don't understand.
No, cops are bad. You know what I mean? That's what it is. One day, Kaz gonna walk about here. Listen, America is great. I don't know what to tell you.
I think actually it was great. We need to make it great again. That's what I think. It was great. We need to make it great again. I know just the guy to do it.
Yeah, never heard that anywhere in life before. God damn it.
Okay.
But yeah, man, Hall of Fame. You know, Ray Lewis went in.
Dude,
T.O. Randy Moss.
Speeches? I only know T.O.
There's no way I could have watched. I couldn't sit through any of those speeches. You kidding me?
I just want to acknowledge real quick Randy Moss's energy for life.
The GOAT.
This guy,
the fucking GOAT,
has an infectious energy, bro. I was just watching him look at and select his busts. So for anybody listening, everybody who goes into the Hall of Fame, they get their own bust, which is, you know, a sculpture of their head, right?
Some of them look horrendous.
Some of them look horrendous.
Ray Lewis's look terrible.
I didn't see Ray's, but you get to choose the picture that it's made.
And a lot of people thought this. He was like, I looked at mine and thought, is that Troy Aikman?
That's funny. See, there is no color. So Randy was choosing his, and it was just, dude, he had just the most joyful attitude about it. He originally wanted to choose one with this huge fro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, like,
I think he settled the one with the cornrows.
Which looks sick. The
fire.
cornrows, my man did him justice. The dude did him, but it was, there's something about certain people that have this amazing, I don't know, energy that you're just drawn to, and I can't even say I was a huge Randy Moss fan.
He's an enigma, dog.
This guy,
he's an enigma, man. Like when Randy Moss was doing the Randy Moss shit.
Oh, dude,
that motherfucker was must see. Like that's the NFL at its best to me.
Yeah,
like that era when you had T.O., Randy Moss, fucking even
the
Raiders,
Rams, son, the great show on
Isaac
turf.
Bruce, fucking all these dudes, Torrey Holt. You know what I mean? Like that's when I miss the era of superstar wide receivers, and I don't even think we really have. I mean, we have a little bit.
Odell.
We got Odell,
sure.
You got Julio, you got AB, but I mean, like. They have superstar production. The reason why I fuck with Odell so much is because he acts like a superstar.
Yes.
And that's why I fucking love Randy Moss.
I'll put Gronk in that category.
I love Gronk.
That motherfucker
I
is
fuck with Gronk. It's hard to not like. He's another one who's like, how do you not fuck with Gronk?
Right.
Like, I hate the Patriots, but it's like, Gronk's cool,
Gronk
though.
Yo, this always happens with Boston teams.
Yeah, there's always that one guy.
Yeah, it's like, remember Manny Ramirez with the Red Sox? Like, as a New Yorker, you're supposed to hate them, and then all of a sudden they have these, like, engaging characters. Like, Manny Ramirez was out there with fucking headphones.
Yeah.
He wore the Oakley glasses that had headphones in. My motherfucker's dancing bachata in left field, and then they literally had to tell him mid-game, yo, are you listening to headphones? And he was like, no, it's the glasses. It's the glasses.
They loved him so much, they just coined, that's just Manny being Manny.
Manny being Manny.
I was like, oh yeah, well, Boston always has that, man. Like,
always got
I didn't fuck with the Celtics, but it's like, it's KG, man. You see how much that motherfucker,
KG, Rondo.
He does not take a play off, man. Like,
man.
you want to see him win a chip. It's like, and I hate, but it pains me because they always have these people. Now they got fucking, like Jason Tatum. It's like, he's a young dude.
I'm not going to put him up there just yet.
Not there.
But
He's a guy.
What'd they say?
There was somebody tagged us in it. There was like
I know
one of these memes where like Jason Tatum hits a wide open corner three, and then everybody screams Boston fans scream he's only 20. It had like 5,000, 10,000 likes. Exactly what you said.
Oh no, I saw that from a meme.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's what I said. I was like, I saw this meme. No, it's okay. I can't.
Don't worry. I'll be the same exact way all this year when Kevin Knox is doing the same exact shit.
Oh yeah,
he's only 19.
Yeah, the easiest shit. All right, so tell us what happened with what exactly was the beef with Terrell Owens. So Terrell Owens gets inducted to the NFL Hall of Fame, but he doesn't go to the NFL Hall of Fame ceremony, and they say that they won't announce him, and then he does his own ceremony at his alma mater.
So
right?
Terrell Owens, this is his third year of eligibility, if I remember correctly. He didn't get in first year.
Okay.
Was salty about it.
The media votes on this type of thing. We all know T.O. and the media didn't really get along.
Also,
by every metric,
T.O.
should have been a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Well, T.O. tore apart every team. He never left a team not in tatters. He destroyed San Francisco when he left, called Jeff Garcia gay, or insinuated he's gay. They asked if he was gay. He said, if it smells like a rat. Like my boys say, if it smells like a rat. And then I don't know if he said it is, but whatever.
Yeah.
The Eagles, he goes to the Eagles, they go to the Super Bowl, breaks his leg, plays his heart out, has a chance to flip the whole script, gets back in 2 weeks, plays whatever, is good for the Super Bowl, has 100 yards, then calls Donovan McNabb fat and out of shape in public, and he might have been. Then he tears the team apart. This is actually dope. Kind of dope, but to the point that him and Hugh Douglas straight brawl in the locker room.
Yeah.
Who won?
And they didn't say who won when I heard on ESPN a decade ago, but apparently at the end of the fight, he basically said to the whole locker room, any other motherfucker who wants it with me, you could come get it. So I'm pretty sure he beat the shit out of a brolic-ass linebacker.
Yeah.
T.O. a beast, and I won't deny that.
I'll tell you this much. T.O. is so disliked, if he would have lost, you would have known. And the fact that nobody said anything was like, all right, well,
and that motherfucker,
he did kind of fuck up Hugh Douglas that one time.
Angry, brolic motherfucker.
Right,
so then the Eagles completely crater. They cut him or they deactivate him. That's when he's doing the crunches in the driveway trying to get a new team.
Yeah.
Goes to the Cowboys. Cowboys go 13-3. They blow it on their own. It's not really T.O.'s fault. But then the next year, they don't even make the playoffs. Cowboys cut T.O. before the year ends. Then the next year, I think they made the playoffs without him. But, like, he never leaves a team Every time he leaves a team, they are worse with him. They cut him, they get better.
All right, understood.
And it's him. He's always a problem. He said Jason Witten and Tony Romo are conspiring to run plays, and I'm left out of it. He just fucking creates a drama wherever and this is just another example. Oh, fine. You're not going to vote for me the first year or the second year? Well, then I'm not coming to your Hall of Fame speech.
And that's fine.
And that's what this is about?
That's what this is about. He thought he should have been first year.
He should have been first by Hall of Fame.
It's third year. It's not 30.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You can be petty as one person.
Yeah.
And that's T.O.
Yeah.
The NFL shouldn't have. They should have acknowledged him at the ceremony.
They
should have been.
No, they acknowledged. They said Terrell Owens is in the class, but that's it. They're going to mention his name at the top, and then that's it.
Okay.
He said he didn't want to be a part of it. He's not going to be. That was their state. They're like, listen. He said he doesn't want to be a part of it. So
if he chose to be there, they would mention him.
And to be fair,
he chose not to be there, so they don't mention him.
And then he gave his speech at his alma mater with some bullshit. I have so much love for University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. I never knew you went there unless I read that shit. The only time you ever said it was at the beginning with Terrell Owens, wide receiver, University of Tennessee, Chattanooga.
Monday Night Football.
I never saw you wearing a motherfucking shirt. I don't see Google images of you at games wearing merch.
Jeez.
I don't know what number you were when you played.
Right.
Now all of a sudden you got love. This guy's alone for a reason, dog.
Yeah.
The guy got no wife. He got no nothing. He alone in his life. And I think his life was fucked up to, his whatever. His childhood was fucked and that created whatever. But, this is who you are.
Can you tell Akash is a Cowboys fan?
A lot of Cowboys fans still love T.O.
I would love T.O. Listen, he never played for any of my favorite teams.
So we've seen this happen before, right? We've seen this happen, and it's usually, I would say almost exclusively with incredibly gifted and talented players.
Wide receivers in particular.
Especially wide receivers. And there is, I think the coach for the Steelers said it.
Tomlin?
Tomlin said it. He was like, I empathize with wide receivers because they don't have control of the game.
Yeah.
The ball has to be thrown to them for them to make a play. So I know why they're sensitive. I know why they're upset. There could be a wide receiver that gets targeted twice a game, and then he's getting criticized for only having 14 yards, and it's like, fam,
nobody's throwing me the ball.
Someone got to throw me the ball.
It's so fucking boring. When we were playing sandlot football, if you weren't getting the ball, you were heated.
Yeah. You talking to
after
QB.
After a while, you're not running the routes as hard. After a while, you're not blocking as hard.
Running back gets 20 touches a game.
Yep.
Tight end is a safety valve on third down, especially in today's NFL. Here you go. You get it. Everybody, a quarterback, every snap. But the only skill position on offense that gets 3 catches, six catches is massive for one.
And running their fucking heart out.
Every play, you got to treat it like it's your fucking everything matters.
So there is a tricky thing to it, right? And then we have these guys who are incredibly talented. You have a T.O., right? You have a Chad Johnson, right? You have these guys that are wildly gifted. And all of a sudden, and then even Dez, right?
Yep.
And all of a sudden they start kind of, people say, oh, they're tearing the team apart, or they're yelling at their coaches, they're yelling at their quarterback. And I think at a certain point in time, I don't know if these guys are I don't think they're inherently evil. I think what they are is inherently competitive, and they truly believe that the team has a better chance to win,
of course,
if the ball is thrown in their direction. And how do you convince somebody to be less competitive? How do you convince someone to believe less in themselves?
Yeah.
I can only think of one way, and it was from watching LeBron James speak to his son's AAU team.
That was so tight.
This was it was a great clip. You guys should look it up if you can. But he's speaking to all of them, and he goes something to this extent. He goes, listen, not every one of you guys got to drop 30.
Yeah.
He goes, everybody here plays a role. If you don't want to play a role, play golf.
Yeah,
play tennis. It's a one-on-one sport, right? If you want to play a team sport, you play a role in the team. Everybody's got a role. And it was like him saying that makes me go, oh, that's how you get everybody to buy in.
Right.
You get everybody to admit
you empower their role. You empower them.
You play a piece here. This is Tristan. This is what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
All right. You might think you got more offense, but for this team right here, this is what you got to do. And
that's on LeBron, and I guess for T.O.'s sake, that's on quarterbacks too. You know what I mean?
Like
you got to be able
coaches.
to. You got to be able to empower those.
Is
manage egos.
Egos, man. People don't realize this at the professional level.
Yeah.
We're not talking about college. We're not talking about high school. At the professional level, so much of coaching is managing fucking ego.
These are grown men. These ain't kids no more. You can't be like, oh,
here's the difference.
We're taking you off the team. We're fucking. You can't. You got curfew.
They make more than you.
Yeah, they make more than me.
They're your boss.
Fucking men.
Yeah.
They got kids
than you.
themselves.
But here's the difference between T.O. and most prima donna wide receivers. I talked about this last week. I can see how the media fucks these guys up. Randy Moss, when he played, I was like, yo, he never won a Super Bowl. That's got to mean something, whatever. But I don't have a bunch of evidence I can look at and say, look at Randy Moss just being a fucking putting this on himself. T.O. doing crunches in his driveway with no shirt on, fucking in front of the press, doing like his little mini press conference. You brought that on yourself. A guy asks if your quarterback is gay, and you say if it looks like a rat, smells like a rat, whatever. You put that on yourself. These are all things you put on. I can't blame the media for creating this monster. None of your teammates really seem to love you right now.
I'm not even gonna front though, man.
Who T.O. teammates really out there? Like, I can't believe y'all are putting T.O. in the Hall of Fame. He was the best player in the locker room. Who the fuck is out there saying that?
I mean, there's definitely people like on his side.
Sure, but who's the guy that's like?
Because you don't really equate any real teammates with T.O. except for quarterbacks, and he fucked every quarterback that he ever played
so they're
with.
not gonna have his back.
So they're not gonna
quarterback under the bus.
But the thing that really helped Randy was two things to me. One was going to play for the Patriots. Like once he played for the Patriots, he flipped his whole narrative on his career because he was down the same path as T.O., fucking up teams everywhere he went. Me first, I'm the straight cash on me, moving in fucking Packers crowd and all that type.
How many years were you with the Patriots?
I think like 4 or something.
Yeah, 3 or
4.
Like
and they went. That was a 16-0 season.
His first
next year, Brady got season-ending injury in the first game.
Yeah, that's when he had Matt Castle throwing to him.
And they still went 11-5.
Yeah.
And then he played 1 or 2 years after that.
So one thing that changed his narrative was the Patriots. I think the second thing is becoming a member of the media. And the same thing is going to happen with A-Rod, too. Because motherfuckers did not like A-Rod at all. You know what I'm saying?
Now you part of the home team.
Now you one of us.
And A-Rod is good. Charles Barkley, same thing. I think Simmons talked about this. Charles Barkley being a member of the media for fans helped us fall in love with Charles Barkley.
Of course.
But don't you think Charles always had that kind of engaging personality, even back when he was...
Yeah, but now we see it more often.
Dream Team, or even the marketing campaigns with Nike was like, I'm not a role model.
Which I don't think T.O. necessarily... I haven't seen that from him, but Charles, you didn't see it that much. Now that he's on TV once a week talking about basketball, you see it every week. And aside from media, fans are like, this guy's the fucking greatest. I love Charles.
It's hard to not like him, man. And that's kind of what happened with Randy Moss. Like once he started doing the NFL on Fox, and like people started really seeing his personality on ESPN and doing all that type of stuff. Yeah. It's like, and then the 30 for 30 came out, and you kind of see about like his life and stuff. It's like, damn.
Randy is... And I'll say this about Chad as well. Like Chad on Twitter has become this incredibly like gregarious, likable personality. Like he'll comment on women's outfits, but he's not objectifying them.
He's always been funny,
but like he's truly
he judges feet.
He
has his feet thing,
which I got respect for. But outside of that, like he'll talk about the right heel that a girl should be wearing with her outfit. Like he's very nuanced, and all of a sudden, like this part of his personality exploded. Right, because we got to see it. The same way you were talking about Charles.
Too. Like he'll be in his daughter's DMs, like yes, go off. Like all that type of shit.
So there's something like that, right? And like we're talking about a guy who went from having like a beating women scandal,
which that's what I'm saying. I haven't forgotten.
I
haven't forgotten.
A high profile woman too.
Yeah, headbutt.
The bitch.
I haven't.
The chick from Love and Hip Hop.
Let me tell you something. I haven't forgotten that, and I have thought to myself,
Evelyn.
And I still can't forgive this man, honestly. But I have thought to myself, if I could think of one bitch that probably.
Oh God.
Yo, maybe he was just trying to pronounce her name. He kept fucking up. He was like, fuck this shit. 11. Man, fuck it.
Maybe she was just in his face like, you got to get my fucking name right, Lozada. And he was like, bitch, I'm trying. And then he accidentally.
He was just gone. It was just gone. But yeah, man, like, and on top of all that, like once, and I think it just all becomes like this 2020 version of looking at athletes and being able to humanize them and see them.
T.O. hasn't let us humanize. If T.O. went to the fucking Hall of Fame acceptance thing, talked about how much it meant to him, got emotional, you would have seen, no, fuck, that's a good dude.
There's a narcissism to T.O. I think that
he's self-sabotaging.
I think one of the issues with T.O. is he's just not as likable as some of these other guys. He did that VH1 reality show, right? And it really didn't help his cause at all. He's out there fucking sniffling and crying and shit. Like, we didn't go, oh my God, I'm really engaged with this person. He's interesting. And some people just don't have
Some people are just indifferent.
That's fine.
You know what I mean? And
not everybody's going to be likable.
I watched some of it and I was like, this dude is not he's just still doing the same thing. Like you're not seeing any human aspect of him.
Yeah. And I'm not one of those people who was against what he did, but I do think in the future he's gonna like regret that he didn't do the ceremony.
Oh, he's gonna regret so much.
Like, yeah, he's gonna. I mean,
he's the Barry Bonds of this motherfucker. Like he's not as supremely talented. Like he's not the greatest, but it's the same thing.
But
and Barry Bonds says it now. Barry Bonds is like, I regret. I don't remember the exact quote because fuck baseball, but he basically said, "I regret being a dickhead for so long."
Yeah,
I was gonna.
So, I thought he regretted using the
No.
roids.
Well, I'm sure he does that too, but I'm sure if people liked him, they wouldn't have held the roids against him so much. They'd have held it against him and maybe felt betrayed and all that.
Look at A-Rod,
also
bro.
the fact, and
Look
A-Rod.
at A-Rod.
A-Rod,
A-Rod is a fucking. He's America's fucking sweetheart when it comes to baseball now. That
he also
dude
fucked J-Lo,
and he also fucking J-Lo. Which is like,
if you take down an old woman with kids. If you're worth $250 million and you choose to sleep with a 50-year-old woman with kids, shit. Teddy
J-Lo
bear.
got kids?
Son, she got twins from Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony,
All right.
She had sex with a crackhead.
Damn,
He's a crackhead?
Nah, but he looked like
He looks very crackish.
He looked like some Tim Burton shit. That motherfucker looked like Jack Skellington.
Like a Nightmare Before Christmas. Dude. He's very slinky when he dances. Like
A Nightmare Before the Quinceañera.
God damn. But yeah, man, like I think T.O.'s gonna regret it. You know what I mean? Like, and that was an amazing class to go in with too.
Yep.
It's like Ray Lewis, Brian Dawkins, Randy Moss, like. That's
Ray Lewis really just don't want to accept his fucking hairline, yo. That's starting to piss me off, dude. His shit looked like a Jordan 11.
You know what's interesting though, real quick? T.O., another shitty moment I thought, and it was when he was with the Eagles. I guess people were making a big deal out of him celebrating or something, and he just threw. Ray Lewis maybe said something, maybe, but I don't think so. He said, I think he just threw Ray Lewis under the bus. Like, listen, you got dudes who are on trial for murder. I don't think what I'm doing is as bad as them. And it's like, yo, why you have to fucking do that, man? Even if he said some shit, you could let that go.
Ray Lewis doing kind of cool.
Nah, he just knew about it.
He just bailed out his boy. He's just a homie.
Son, that's a teammate.
Oh,
right?
That's someone you want in the trenches with you.
Listen, there's a lot of blood on that suit.
He helped with the body, but I don't think he did the actual murder.
I think he did is his boy caught a body and he helped him.
Yeah, got rid of it, which is exactly what you would want. Like, think about the type of friend you catch a body for whatever reason, right? Okay, one of these white girls start talking. You know what I mean? You gotta take them out, right? All of a sudden,
I'll tell you right now, Andrew would help you. I would not.
Yo,
that's the dynamic of the group.
I got you, bro.
I appreciate.
I'm gonna pull up in an Uber X.
I appreciate that.
You know what I mean? I'll pull. We gotta make a stop.
I'm gonna drive the Uber X and then peel out.
That's it. You gonna take that girl's lifeless body, throw it in a trunk.
How much of a good friend is the murderer though?
Say what?
How much of a good friend is the murderer? Like you're the best defensive player in the NFL.
Man, just beat somebody up. What you got to kill him for?
It's
just
like first off, you're gonna let me kill this dude, and two,
fucking Anthony Hernandez.
I must not think much of you to like risk everything you've worked for.
You just described it perfectly. He's the best defensive player in the NFL, and he will defend his friends to the fucking core, bro. Real quick. Ain't gonna be no scoring on you.
Oh man. Well, he got away with. Well,
he got away. Caruth was the one who did that shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ray
Caruth and OJ.
Ray took his retarded ass to Nashville. I know this motherfucker ain't in the trunk. This motherfucker.
Shout out to Rock.
Steve Harvey.
Was that Harvey?
Steve Harvey.
Oh, I thought Rock.
That was the Kings of Comedy.
Man.
Oh, God,
my homie. Shouts to my white homie, Peter Islip, laughed so hard at that part of the special, he literally threw up. I'll never forget that shit in my life. On his mom's brand new carpet.
Ew.
Just threw up.
That's disgusting.
That's some goat shit from Steve Harvey.
That's what laughter is, bro. Not this bullshit comedy where you just you don't even make any noise. You just clap because you agree. Laughter should be so involuntary that it could induce throwing up. It could induce snorting. You ever had like that shit? The best kind of laugh
is the silent laugh when you can't and everything's just out of you.
He got a great joke about that. Our guy's got a funny joke about he goes, what is it? It's like I don't want to give away a joke. Can I say it just a little part? Yeah. He got this joke about he goes about people's laughs. And he goes, I'm not saying all black people laugh like this, but only black people laugh like this. He goes,
1 out of every 12 black males got that.
Laugh like a sprinkler, he said. That shit true because if you watch any World Star video, the guy on the phone, it's as if you're trying to keep the phone safe. You know what I mean? You don't want a real laugh would get that shit too shaky.
It's the most you could control. Like, and when you laugh uncontrollably, the most we can do is try to hold it back with the one of those things. That shit helps. It definitely helps.
All right, what else is going on, man? I feel like we got a lot of stories this week. Yeah. We're not doing a phone, so I'm not trying to look at
I'm
the
not
things
on
we
the
were
phone,
talking
man.
about.
LeBron James and Trump, man.
Yo, who gets under Trump's skin better than LeBron? It is.
I did not know.
Yeah.
That Donald Trump would be the person to finally settle the LeBron MJ debate. He fucking settled it.
Bro.
Donald Trump is a lot of things to a lot of people, but I never thought in my life he would be the one to settle it. After this weekend, I can say with a clear conscience, if you don't think LeBron's the GOAT, you're a Trump supporter.
Well, that's the tricky shit, right?
If you think MJ's the GOAT,
it's like, damn, bro.
There's certain things about you because
trying to make America great again, like when Jordan was good.
Yeah, exactly. When Jordan was good. That's where you want to go back to. Oh, okay.
You know where Jordan was gambling, right? In that Trump casino in Atlantic City. Anyway, so
listen. You know, there's a bunch of Trump and Jordan pictures out there floating.
But then again, there's also a bunch of Trump
of everybody. Yeah.
But
Trump, he was a rap lyric for years.
So, but there is something interesting about, like, you, in my personal opinion, when Trump responds to someone is because he actually either fears them or really low key respects them.
Yeah.
And he was hurt.
Yeah.
Like, if you look back, there's old tweets of Trump tweeting about LeBron, amazing game-winning shot, incredible play by LeBron. I think low key, Trump is a motherfucker who loves. He truly loves, like, greatness. Like, he wants to be great. He wants everything. And I think he fucking loves LeBron.
Of course he does.
As, like, at least a competitor.
Of course
right?
he does.
And when LeBron said that little bum shit, you know it tore his ass apart. And then when LeBron doubled down, it's like it turns Trump. And not many people can do this.
Yeah.
And people try to bait him. Eminem tried his hardest to
bait him.
I was about
to say, Eminem gave him fucking 48 bars.
Trump didn't give a fuck.
Trump didn't give a shit.
The bars were trash, and we pretended they were good.
I didn't even listen to
them. Who gives a fuck?
That was like the R. Kelly, I admit.
Yeah, no.
Like, I was like, I don't got time for this.
I tried to listen to this, and my girl was like, it's good. I was like, stop it.
But
stop the fucking lie. This wasn't a good song.
But the point I'm trying to say is, like you could tell that it affects him, and I think that LeBron was underhanded enough. And he could be savvy. It could be his, like, political savviness.
Oh, Brown is very savvy.
He's underhanded enough about it to give just enough where Trump is going to go after him. And the second he go after him, what does LeBron do? He doesn't come back. He's just like, no, we're focused on getting these schools good. We're focused on doing it. It's like you played it perfectly. And I'm telling you, if you hate Trump and you want to work him, that's how you work him. You get him to come forward and then you back off. If Trump was actually smart and wanted to come at LeBron, what Trump would have said is, I love what LeBron is doing with the I Promise School.
Yeah.
I love what you're doing. Keep it up, LeBron. And then, because now you have this situation.
And now you put him on the spot.
Right, now you put LeBron in the Mike Jordan spot, right? Now LeBron has to either, if LeBron goes, I don't take your compliments at all. Now you have all the Trump supporters going, wow, you can't even appreciate a guy supporting your schools. Yeah. Oh, you're tribal. You don't even care. You just want to hate Trump. And then if you say, thank you, Mr. President, now you got everybody that hates Trump going, how dare you take it. That's the savvy move. But LeBron got Trump in his feelings too much, bro. He got Trump in his feelings.
LeBron is the ultimate playmaker, dude. He sees the floor.
Facts.
He sees everything. Facts. He sees everything, bro.
You're right.
He played this shit
so
perfectly. And he didn't react. He didn't tweet back. He didn't say nothing. He didn't have to say anything.
And the one time he did go hard on him, calling him a bum, Trump was going at the Warriors and Steph Curry. He wasn't even going at LeBron.
Yeah.
So LeBron just looks like he's taking up for somebody he's supposed to hate.
Yeah.
LeBron looks like a good guy there, too. Like, I'm defending them. Fuck that.
He's like, at the end of the day, still
fuck you. Nobody likes to go to your thing anyway. Don't stop picking on these people.
Yeah.
If Trump didn't say anything about him, he don't respond if Trump says something about him.
Because Trump low-key loves LeBron, son. I've dead-ass.
Trump is very sensitive. If that's anybody close to Trump, you keep hearing he's incredibly sensitive.
I think he's sensitive to those that he respects.
Mm-hmm.
If he don't think nothing of you, he don't give a fuck. But if Tom Brady says some shit about Trump, you gonna see some tweets.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, there's motherfucker. Like, apparently he said that shit. He was like, my daughter could have married Tom Brady, and she's with fucking Jared Kushner. Like, he thinks Jared Kushner's a cuck. He's like pathetic. Literally, he's just been saying this to people in the White House.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is. And low key, LeBron probably knows. That that LeBron probably got in text from Trump or like this before he was president. Like they was probably reaching out and like trying to befriend him.
Let's try and build something. LeBron's probably like, I'm good.
That motherfucker loves LeBron and LeBron working it perfectly.
Of course. And on top of all that, Melania came out and was like, oh, we think what LeBron is doing is great and yada yada yada. I'd love to come and visit the school. So now what does LeBron do? Does LeBron ignore that too?
No, I think
you let her visit.
I think you let her visit. I think
Absolutely
you support
let her visit.
But you don't think it's
that's
is
the
that
problem.
Trump? Is that Trump trying to get his savviness back? So
but you can't. This is where you look like an asshole. If I open a school and then if Trump haters are gonna hate LeBron for saying, all right, come, I would like for you to do something like this, then you're just stopping progress.
So
LeBron got to be like, I want to show you what's possible.
Yes. And that's where people really fuck up. Like when all these teams go, I'm not going to visit the president. It's like, well, you don't care about your causes. Because if you cared about your causes, you would definitely leverage visiting the president to have a 10-minute conversation about what you think is wrong with the world and how you could fix it. Even if that shit means nothing, at least you tried. And if you believe in your ability to convince and you have the ear of the most powerful person in the world, you might be able to get something done. Shit, Kardashian got that bitch out of prison.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like,
I don't believe that though, because I think Trump, like you said, Trump respects people that he likes, he thinks is great, and he respects fame.
Malcolm Jenkins should have visited.
Yeah. So bring some fame. Bring some fame. Bring some people you like. You don't care about your issue enough.
All right,
if you don't want to go visit.
The fucking who won the NHL Stanley Cup? Did anybody give a Nobody give a fuck. Yeah. They want to go visit the president. Did anything change? Did anything was like?
But that's all white players. You know the real flex.
Everything's good for them.
If the Warriors win and then go to the White House with Colin Kaepernick. Will you not go to Colin Kaepernick in? That's a problem.
That's it. Like, the thing
that's
is,
a problem.
what they're doing is they're virtue signaling. They're doing this thing like, hey, look how good I am. I'm not going to go visit Trump. He's like, you want to do some good? Go to Trump and say, hey, here's some water from Flint, Michigan. I need this fixed. Please help us fix it. And you have that photo op. Now the pressure is on.
You don't get to that point though. If you know how them visits work out and everything with with Secret Service and PR and all that shit. You don't.
It's happened in the past.
In the past, you think you get that shit is fine now? I don't think so.
Absolutely, it's a leverage. It's a conversation.
My thing is the whole visit.
It's already happened. There was a dude
for
what team? I think it was the Houston Rockets, or I forget what team it was.
You're talking about Craig Hodges.
Yeah, Hodges went in a fucking dashiki, and he was like, "I'm not coming unless I can have a convo."
Yeah, and then Craig Hodges never played an NBA game again.
So what's more important to you?
Listen, my whole thing is this.
Is what's more important, putting the ball in a basket or your community and
I'm saying the whole visit the president thing in general is just a PR stunt anyway. Like nothing is no legislation is getting passed.
Say that to the girl Kim K got out of jail.
All right, but that's different. It's
not.
It is different.
I
hate that argument.
It is different.
It's different
because it's tradition. It's a tradition that was built on PR.
But you still get a conversation.
Did it work?
Kim Kardashian was already making visits. She was making several visits. That one meeting
Did it work?
You get.
Did the girl get out of jail?
It's not the same thing.
Could lead to several meetings.
It's not the same thing.
Tell me why.
It's not the same thing.
Why can't Steph Curry
Because it's one meeting that you have as a team where you go, the president says something real nice about you.
No, you have a conversation. Jeff Saturday said this on NFL when the teams were first saying we might not go, or no, players were just not going. He was like, this is the one time I had a conversation with Barack Obama, aired some grievances, and tried to understand where he was coming from. That's not my phone, I don't think.
Try it.
I'm about to say, first time in the job, take it.
So here's the thing, because this is what happens, right? We get in this situation, and it's actually bad, right? We get in this situation where people are so tribal with their politics, and they go, I would never be. Let me just get the point.
I didn't finish my last point.
All right, go.
My thing was, the reason why it's different is because these teams aren't just using that meeting with the president to make change. They're using that non-meeting with the president to do other things, like LeBron building an I Promise school, like the Warriors going to D.C. and building a park and doing shit like that. So, make an actual on-the-ground change.
Real quick.
Instead of having a conversation that might just be moot.
Real quick. How does not going to meet the president make a school? Why can't you make a school and go meet the president?
Because
how does not going help that?
What I'm saying is with
365 days in a year?
What's up? Yes, there's 365 days in the year. The reason why that people, for better or for worse, have thinking the Trump presidency is a good thing is because it's made people have to be proactive on what the change they want to see in their country. Sure. And they don't have to rely on their politics, or they don't have to rely on the president or any of that type of stuff. The meeting of the president after winning a championship is, what's the difference between the Warriors meeting the president and the fucking Knicks meeting the president? Does it fucking matter? Exactly.
Either way, you get a conversation with this man. Jeff Saturday said this. We had 30 minutes with Barack. He sat and talked to us. Mm-hmm. And you don't think Trump is a star fucker?
Yeah.
That's how he got where he is.
He's going to
sit with the champs. He's going to sit with Steph.
You really think Trump wouldn't sit with Steph for 30 minutes? Arguably one of the most powerful figures in not only sports, but in America. I'm talking about Steph, right? You don't think he's going to sit with him and hear him out and hear out his ideas, etc.
I don't think he's going to hear him out.
The fact that you
I think he'll sit. I think he'll sit and get the photo.
Let me get this out. So the fact that you don't think that makes this whole discussion a moot point, right? So if you don't believe that it's even possible, there's no reason to have the discussion. I assume that if you don't go, nothing can happen. If you do go, either nothing happens or something. So the only thing that happens is positivity if you do go.
No, I don't think
you don't lose anything by not.
I really,
what you gain by not going?
I strongly disagree. You're putting Trump in a position of prior presidents.
Trump, like Obama, Reagan, it don't matter who.
No, this dude is a grown-ass baby, bro. Like, he's petty as fuck.
And what do
one person said, oh, we don't want to go and visit the White House. Then it's like, all right, you're disinvited now.
Listen, I don't want to talk about this shit anymore for this reason. This is why I hate politics. We don't talk. We can't listen to the other side.
I am listening.
No, you're not. You're just shutting down.
I'm
not shutting down.
I'm
telling you what happened. I'm telling you, Steph was like, I don't think we're going to go. Didn't even say, oh, we're going to think about it as a team. Trump then came out and said, as a petty old dude, was like, oh, y'all thinking about it? Fine, you're disinvited. Who does that? Does that sound like somebody who's going to sit and have a reasonable discussion with you?
A person that wants to maintain a position of power does that.
That's not somebody I want to sit with.
It doesn't matter if you want to or not. What do you want? Do you want change or do you want ego boost?
It's not about an ego boost.
That's all it is. At the end of the day, it's ego. You're being just as petty. You're like, well, I'm not going out with you.
He's the president of the United States.
Repeat that to yourself.
He's supposed to be less petty than all of us.
Repeat that to yourself. He's the president of the United States. It doesn't matter who it is. He, she, doesn't matter, whatever. You have the most powerful person in the world, and you have the potential to sit down with them for 30 minutes. The least that you can do, if you really care about a cause or something, the very least that you should do is sit down and try to convince that person that it's worthy for him. And if you know how to work him, if you know that fame matters to him, if you know that PR things matter to him, you find a way to spin that fame and that PR into it. But if you're not willing to have that conversation, all you want, or not you personally, but all you want for not going to do it are pats on the back and retweets for being like so woke that you would never meet with somebody. You know what I want to do? I want to exact change.
Worst case scenario, you waste a half a day. Anybody with a significant other has had a half a day wasted on much more useless shit. Fucking pumpkin picking, whatever the fuck drive to Jersey you got to make.
Man, listen, I hear you loud and clear. I just don't have that much faith in him. Not the presidency, not the office of the presidency, not the government. I don't have that enough faith in him as a human.
You got faith Jesus is coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got faith Jesus coming back, and you got no faith that you could convince another human to fix the water in Flint.
Yes.
Where's the belief?
How many famous people need to tell him, hey, the water in Flint is fucked up? It's still fucked up.
I got faith. I've had 1,000 lives at this point. I got 1,000 more coming. I got faith I can meet with the president.
Son, I think I can convince anything.
Y'all some brave motherfuckers,
anybody,
man.
Anything. Do you know what I mean? I really think I could convince anybody of anything.
Can we move on, though?
Yeah, let's move on.
Can we talk about this? We were talking about GOATs earlier, LeBron.
But it's important to have these convos. This is what I'm trying to say is, like, I don't want to get to the point, especially on these shows, where we can't have these discussions and at least hear out the sides.
Right,
oh no, I'm hearing you. I could hear and listening out, but I'm telling you, just like you have your point, I have my point. And we just like, all right, well, sure. At least we heard each other.
Yeah, you're right.
That's it.
You're right. Y'all right.
But
all right, but yeah,
Donald Trump did settle the debate that LeBron's the GOAT.
LeBron is the GOAT. He put Michael Jordan in a really tough position.
He really did, man. He was in check.
I'm telling you, MJ post-retirement, he's having a rough go of it, man. Motherfucker gave a ton of money to his ex-wife.
Yeah.
He did?
He got caught with all kinds of pictures, apparently.
Yeah,
really?
Highest divorce settlement in history next to Paul McCartney, right?
You want to know what he used to do? I'm snitching, but I don't care.
Oh, gosh, go for it.
So there's this restaurant called I don't know, something with a crab on Park and like 20th.
Boiling crab?
Not boiling crab. It's on Park Avenue, like something on whatever, don't matter.
Yeah.
And what he would do is he would go and sit in a booth, right? And then across the restaurant on the other side, his date would sit in a booth, and he would be on his cell phone, and she would be on her cell phone, and they would have dinner like that, talking to each other.
That's ill.
Right? And because they couldn't be seen together, right. But it was like, yo, let's have some oysters, this, that, the other. She's getting whatever she wants. Son, my man is the best, bro. This motherfucker's pulling up from 3, can't even shoot. You know what I mean? Don't say Jordan can't hit from long distance.
The Side Chick Chronicles. Son,
that's legendary shit. If you ain't take your side chick to the restaurant and not sit with that bitch,
that is prime strategery from one of the greatest of all time.
You think she knew that's how it was going to go down the first night? That's Mission Impossible.
No chance.
She sat down?
I bet she sat down at the table expecting MJ, just got handed a cell phone that she had to give back at the end of the night.
Yeah, that's right, a burner.
On a cell phone.
Yes.
And then it was my
side of her face
down,
sweating.
Yeah.
Charles Oakley walked past and dropped the cell phone on his table. She picks up the cell phone, like, just answer it, goddammit.
Hey, bitch.
Here is your mission if you choose to accept.
MJ's like, how's the mozzarella sticks?
That is better. That's smoother cheating than LeBron. Remember he just DM'd that bitch, hey, what's up?
Still they get caught though. Still they get caught though.
That's innocuous enough to not get caught. Hey, what's up?
Listen.
Also, I don't think Savannah. I think Savannah knows what time it is.
Of course you do. All these bitches do.
They all know what time it is.
Dopest thing about her, Juanita leaving. Yeah. Savannah's like, whatever.
It's all
you
about,
got schools to build.
Yeah, but you know that they leave once you get
Savannah
famous.
is what Hillary
That's the male version of Me Too. Like, where's like these wives that stay with you, let you cheat while you're the fucking greatest player in the world, let you fuck around while you're the greatest player in the world, and the second you stop playing ball, all of a sudden you need to be faithful.
I think that makes sense.
I don't.
You're not the GOAT no more. You don't get that. You don't get that pass.
Fuck that. Don't get me wrong. I think you gotta earn cheating. Like, I think if you gotta. I do. I think you got to make a certain amount of money to cheat. Like, this
funny joke premise.
No, I was thinking about this.
You
like, there's dudes out here
might have
making
similar.
$50,000 a year cheating, and it's like you're not working hard.
I think Gerard has a similar.
What did he
premise.
say?
He said something on his show about cheating. Like, dudes with make $50,000 a year. If he cheats, he's garbage. And then he said like 50 to 100,000, you might cheat. 100,000.
This is on the Carmichael show.
Yeah, you cheat, and then he goes 500,000 and up. Your mistress or your wife knows your mistress's first name or something like that.
Yeah, there's something to that, but I dead ass feel that way. He probably took that shit from me.
I mean,
I've been said that.
It's especially with a guy like MJ.
All I'm saying is you have all these actresses, right, in Hollywood.
Have I told the story on the podcast with Gerard sat down with this is the one conversation I
think
had
you
with Gerard.
did. I think
I don't know if you heard it. You were probably gone fucking white girls. And
God.
Gerard sat down with us. He tells us he's got a special coming out in 2 weeks. Andrew goes, this last special came out. Andrew goes, hey, can you not do that thing on this special where you like don't get laughs?
Oh shit.
And then he goes, I'm tired of having to explain to people that you're funny.
Because I was doing that shit a lot. Motherfuckers were telling me that Gerard wasn't funny. It's like, I've seen him live. He's funny,
as
bro.
hell,
That's a funny dude. But the first special had no laughs.
Yeah, it was very fucking serious.
Yeah, so it was like, whatever. It was true.
Stop doing that thing.
Yo, but I was
My man
heated.
don't give a fuck.
He really don't.
No,
but,
you.
Oh yeah, I don't.
He don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck either.
Wait, what was the point I was making? It was about the cheating.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's like with these. It's not cheating, but like all these Me Too women in Hollywood. All of them are 50 years old, and like now you're talking about how directors were asking you to suck their dick and shit like that. But like when you were getting roles when you're 20s, you were sucking dick, and the second they stop asking you for roles, it's like how dare these directors do it? So that's what I'm saying. It's like these girls who are like, oh my god, I can't believe my husband's cheating on me. Yeah, now that he not making $250 million a year, now it's a problem. Yeah. Before you were good.
Chappelle had a great bit about that.
What did he say?
When he was talking about he said he had such a fly fucking explanation for it, but he said not even that. He said something along the lines of like, you're gonna have some for lack of a better term, because I can't remember right now, some of your allies aren't going to be the most cleanest motherfuckers.
Oh, imperfect allies.
Imperfect allies. There you go.
This is bird revelation.
Yeah, so
he talked about Ben Affleck.
Yeah,
talk about Ben Affleck. He tried to come out. I was like, bitch, you grabbed the titty in 92, and he's like, fuck that, I'm out. So the same thing applied there, where he was just like, before back in the day, you weren't coming back. You were just saying like,
yo,
the part.
Why don't we want to admit that like. And it's like, there was a time, and I've said this before, but like where DUIs weren't illegal.
Wait, what?
DUIs weren't illegal, like driving under the influence.
Yeah, because people die, bro.
No. There was a time in U.S. history where it wasn't illegal.
Okay.
Right? People were allowed to drive drunk.
Okay.
It was just part of common,
Okay.
We would just drive drunk.
Okay.
I don't know what the year it started. Maybe 1927. You could check it out, Eden, for us, right?
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, after 1927, people are like, yo, motherfuckers is driving drunk, driving off the side of the road, mad Model Ts just crashed, people dying, whatever. All right, maybe you shouldn't drive drunk anymore, right? I feel like that's the whole grab a titty shit. Because if you go back in the day, if you look at like, what's that festival called? Woodstock?
Son,
if you look at Woodstock, there's chicks with bikinis on, motherfuckers just grabbing their titties. Like, if you looking back in the soccer, not the soccer, if you looking back in Ain't Nothing But a G-Thang video, shorty's playing.
Rips the top
from
off.
Volleyball, they pull the top off. They leave that in the cut.
Yeah.
They put it in there. And the reason they put it in, what year?
DUI started in 1910 in New York.
1910 in New York. So everything before that.
1910? That was a long.
Exactly. Everything before that, right? It's like, in 1930, motherfuckers were driving drunk, and it was like, how could you? But 1908, they were driving drunk. It was like, yeah, that's how you get home.
Yeah, I mean, so, I don't think we're all, and I'm glad you cleaned that up because I didn't know where you were going.
My point is, like, back in the day, nobody was doing it thinking it was like this career-ending crime. They were doing it like, this is a little risque, but it's not illegal. Just like back in the day when they were in 1908, when they were driving drunk, they weren't going, I'm risking everyone's life. This is a dangerous thing. They were like, yo, this is kind of how you get home. You just gotta do your fit. And then in 1930, people were like, man, how could you do that? You could hurt people. All I'm saying is people change over time. You grab less titties, you drive a little drunk, less drunk. That's like, how can we not acknowledge that's the reality?
I'm not saying that isn't the reality.
You know back in the day, you might rolled up on a girl in a club, put your dick against her butt, and danced.
That was just dancing.
Now you get my point?
That was just dancing.
Son, now I'm not doing this, son. In the club now, I shake hands with these bitches, bro. I'm like, hello, my name is Andrew.
Oh my God.
Can I take this dance?
Listen, if it ever gets to a point, and I mean, thank God I'm almost washed and I'm in my 30s now, but if it gets to a point where I can't go to a party and just start dancing with somebody, and the girl will let you know.
It's that point, son.
The girl will let you know, hey, I'm good, and then you good, and you back off.
It's there,
but
son.
I don't like. I'm not gonna. Am I supposed to be like, oh, may I have this dance?
You
like,
have to say that shit, son.
Really?
Yes, it's a prom movie out here.
I think before each pelvic thrust during sex, you should ask her for consent.
Yo, real talk. There was a time back in the day where motherfuckers would have a hard dick and go push it up against a random girl's butt. That was a normal thing back in the day in the club.
The good old days.
The good old days.
Like, that's crazy to think about now,
like,
son.
This still happens on like Duce Palooza. Like that's how.
Yo,
like
that's
I've
how
never
you eat, Kaz.
But that's how.
And one day, someone could try to wash away all the good you did because you hosted this party.
Word.
And you never know how morals could change. Listen, in 100 years, it's quite possible that everybody's vegetarian and they look at people who eat meat as fucking savage monsters. How dare you take a soul of another living thing? So are you going to delete every good thing that anybody's done in this history if they weren't vegetarian or vegan or whatever the fuck? No.
I was thinking about just specifically you. In 30 years, you think they're going to look back and they're going to be like, oh, it was a completely polite way to shoot super soakers worth of
30 years
into a girl's mouth.
I got that shit last year.
You know what I'm saying? How dare they do that?
I mean, it's
these violent imagery.
Listen, I already went through my whole thing with that.
You did?
Like, no, that wasn't even a thing.
It's gonna come back. The bigger you get, it's gonna come back. This shit never goes away anymore.
Yeah, it was just
people haven't been perfect their whole lives. They're not allowed to be successful.
The one thing I think
that's why we need Jesus to come back.
Yeah,
because he's the only guy who could be successful in this day and age without bodies. And even then, they're gonna be like, well, we got to do some DNA testing on Mary Magdalene to make sure you are who you say you are.
The only thing that happened was I think we were in Philly and I was shooting, and it went viral, and I was shooting a girl in the mouth with the Hennessy, or the Douce at the time, and she tried to tip over the guardrail and she fell over.
And
she fell really hard, and I posted it thinking it was funny because it was like, I do this all the time, like like when you. Everybody knows, like, when I come with the gun, you open your mouth, drink, we slap high fives, laugh, and we go the other way.
Yeah.
She fell over. It went from, oh, that's funny, oh, is she really hurt? She wasn't, to, oh, my gosh, this is so misogynistic. How dare you do that? I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Don't nobody know how to ruin the fun like some hoes.
Ain't that
like, it was one of those things. It was like, dog, like, I didn't even.
Don't nobody know how to come squash a good time like a woman.
Why the fuck they do that?
I don't know, bro. It wasn't a fun couple of weeks for me. Like, I was on gossip and shit.
This shit happened.
Like, it was,
bro. This shit happened.
We need to start doing that
night.
with their fun. Every reality show they enjoy, be like, you're watching women's lives get destroyed, and you call yourself a feminist.
Yo,
just take all the fun out of whatever the fuck they're doing. Just make it real pathetic of them to do. Make them bad people. Yeah. That's the counter.
Here's another meme they stole from me. But I was talking to this girl, and this girl loved The Bachelor. That's her favorite show, The Bachelor. And she was, we were kind of talking, and she was upset that I was like also talking to other girls.
Okay.
And I was like,
I can see how that could be a problem.
I was like,
not problematic.
No. She was upset. I'm talking to other girls, but her favorite show's The Bachelor, and I'm like, yo, how can you be upset at me for being the exact same thing as your favorite show? I'm just trying to find out who's going to get the rose. You know what I mean? Like,
you're a finalist.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. You continue to get the rose. You know what I mean? But I got to make sure that I'm not ready to do a home date or whatever it is. I'm not ready to see the family. I don't know if you're going to get chose. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, "That's fucked up."
Didn't work.
What?
Didn't work.
No, we're not together.
You got to make them feel like bad people. That's what you try to do to us. You got to make them feel like bad people. Anything they do for fun, you need to make it. And this is what
because you got to be a man about it.
Hold on. To be honest
this
with
is dead serious. I don't really know what women do for fun. I'm being dead serious.
I was frantically searching.
Son, what they do for fun? Just cry?
Yeah.
They just cry about us. That's what they do for fun. Yo, you ever see women just have fun, son? I've never seen it. Yo, dead ass. Dead ass. I've never seen women just have fun in the wild. Where they at in the wild? Because if there was a group of women having fun in the wild, you know who would be there ruining that fun? Me. Hey, what y'all bitches doing? Y'all having fun? Y'all trying to get fucked? Dead ass. Where do women go to have fun in the wild, son?
I think Patrice had a similar joke. So you were like, you can't do this. But I wanted to do a premise where I was like, you ever see a group of girls laughing, and you just be like, what the fuck could you possibly?
Shouldn't be laughing. What's so funny?
It's just y'all.
Yo, they're laughing at Nanette.
Funny? Oh my gosh, yo. Oh
my. Yo, but for real, ladies that listen to this show.
Let's be honest, nobody's laughing at Nanette.
No, that's dead ass. I want to call my next special Manette. Y'all gotta watch this Netflix shit. There's this lesbian girl on the podcast talking about how much she hate white males, but she look like one. This bitch trying her hardest to hate white males and be one. She got my haircut, wear my fucking outfit.
Oh my god.
So, but I think we got to figure out, dead ass lady assholes. Y'all need to tell us.
What do y'all do for fun?
Yo, yeah, like what is a night with the girls? Like even when y'all talk about a night with the girls, I don't know. Do you make shit? Like what is? I don't know what fun. Like you don't go play ball.
They drink, they go to clubs, and then they just reject dudes.
That's fun.
That's fun.
That's the girls' night, ain't it?
Yeah.
You know you ain't infiltrating girls' night.
Ladies,
but can they have fun when it's no guys?
The club is full of ballers and their pockets full of grow.
Hey.
And then the fellas, you the club with your friends.
Hey.
Because
it's 11:30 and the club is jumping. And that's
it. You got
and we still there. You know what I mean? That shit ain't fun unless the pocket's grown. You know what I mean? You know buying drinks ass bitches. Get your fucking money up, buy yourself a Corona, bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you,
and
yo?
time out. No club is ever jumping at 11:30. Let's get that straight.
Where the fuck you at?
What club are you at? Where at 11:30 it's like, yo, get here now.
That's what the promoters say when he knows the club's gonna be
exactly.
I think maybe I don't really.
Even the worst clubs are like getting free before midnight.
That's what Cass tells us about every Duce Palooza. Yo, can you guys get there at 11? Or no, this shit is early. Can you guys get there early?
Duce be jumping.
It does.
But I think that might be New York shit because the clubs close at 4 in New York. So 11:30, maybe where everybody else closes at 2, maybe.
Oh, fair.
Well, Beyonce's a Texas girl, so that probably makes sense.
But real talk, ladies, I need y'all to tell us what you guys do.
Y'all play 2K
for fun? You don't even play video games.
Y'all don't play video. Y'all don't do nothing like, and we don't want to. And I see what you're getting at. I don't want it to be on some like, oh, you know, you do certain things for whatever. Like, there's always a means to an end to a woman's fun.
I want that.
Yeah, which is fine. There's always, to me, it always seems like there's a means to an end to a woman's fun.
What do you mean?
Like, okay,
I got it. You tell me.
Well,
I got it.
A woman, you know, what are we gonna do? Oh, we're gonna, you know, paint their nails and, fucking sit at home and watch sad movies and cry and whatever. And that's fun to them. But it's always like because, it makes me feel good, or we want to look nice, or we want to do this, that, third. Guys do stuff for fun that is strictly for the sake of fun.
Check it.
And nothing else.
You're 100% right, Cass. This women, this is why you're miserable. Let me tell you why you're miserable, ladies. This is dead ass. This is why you're miserable, and this is how you can stop from being miserable. All of your fun, no matter what it is, boils down to us. Every bit of your fun. I'm gonna have a spa day and get my hair done, get a facial, get a blowout, get my nails done, get my facial, nail done, hair done. All that is so you can look beautiful for us.
Yeah, but they'll tell you it's not for you.
I know,
That's
but it doesn't matter. We know what it is. But it's fine. So every little bit of fun. What else do you guys do for fun? Think about what else. Anything fun that you could possibly do. Every little bit of fun. We're gonna watch sad movies. What are these sad movies about? It's about a boyfriend and a girlfriend and it's true love and da-da-da. It's constantly about us. That's your fun, right? And this is why you're miserable, because the three of us, can get together and do an activity that got nothing to do with pussy and have the best fucking time.
And you know how many arguments you'll get into because of that?
Yeah.
Because they don't even believe you. It's such a foreign concept to them.
It's like, wait, you guys hang out?
You guys just hang out? Where you hiding the bitches at? I know you got bitches
that's why they're jealous, because
they
they can't believe that we would actually hang out and there'd be nothing centered around females whatsoever.
No. It's like speaking French to them. It's like, what? How do you?
No,
I know
French
you're out
turns
there.
them on. This is like fucking.
Ladies,
like speaking Hindi.
What y'all need to do, ladies? I'm telling you right now.
Hoes do not love Hindi. I'll tell you that.
So
right
you
now.
could be happy. This is what you need to do. You need to find out how to have your fun that has nothing to do with men. I don't care what the fuck it is. Y'all almost got there with Mario Kart. Y'all found? Nah, y'all did. Y'all found a video game that you could play with each other that had nothing to do. You know why they love Mario Kart?
Yeah.
I told y'all why they love Mario Kart.
Princess was the best character?
No, it's because they drive just as bad. That's the only reason they relate to this shit. Going off the side of the road. You know what I mean? DUI driving ass bitches. You know what I mean? Like, y'all drive like it's 1908. So the reality of the matter is,
Andrew don't even drive. Andrew Uber everywhere.
Yo, that's the truth.
You live in New York.
So that's the truth. Yo,
motherfucker's a terrible
if you
driver.
own a car,
I'm the worst driver.
Sucker
This is how bad at driving I am. When the driver be driving shitty, I don't even get mad. I'd be like, yeah, I hear it. I feel you. Nah, you didn't see it. I wouldn't have seen it.
I almost killed us driving once, and he wasn't even tight.
Nah,
he was like, son.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's all he said.
Whoever you're in the car, if you're
Legit
driving,
almost killed us. He just said, son.
Son, I had a girl almost kill me.
Yeah.
She was driving a car. She was too excited. She was like a fan of the show and shit like that.
Yeah.
She was driving me. I was in, I forget what city, Austin. And she was driving me. She literally went from the left lane, tried to go all the way to the right lane to get off to the exit. And she didn't get off close enough. And she was driving straight into those little canisters and then into the median. Literally driving straight in. And I had to lean over and grab the wheel and it turned that shit back to the lane.
You had to lean in for her.
Son, I had to drive for her.
Too scared to lean in.
Yeah, she
bitch.
couldn't lean in. She couldn't lean in. Son, I leaned and I looked at her afterwards. I go, yo, what were you doing? Right? That was the and she was like, I just got nervous. I was like, bitch, we almost died. What do you mean you just got nervous?
Oh my God.
My point is, ladies, find some fun for you. If you can have some fun that got nothing to do with dudes, your life is going to be so much better because you won't be so reliant on us. And I swear to God, you'll be happier, but not only will you be happier, you'll understand guy time. You hate guy time because you can't fathom that fun can happen without girls involved. And it absolutely can.
Here's what you also got to do, ladies. You got to be willing.
Like, oh my God, you guys are gay.
Well, here's the problem. That's fine. No, but you'd be so much happier if you learn to stop being so fucking sensitive toward other people that aren't in the fucking room. If you ladies got together and made fun of gay people and retards and any minority, you would have so much fucking fun.
Oh my God, ladies, be more hateful.
That's what I'm saying.
All you gotta do is get some hate in your heart.
I really believe this. If that person is not in the room, you're only making the world a better place. You're not hurting their feelings.
No.
Y'all are making each other laugh. Happiness has gone up. It's a net positive.
Net positive, bro.
It's a net gain over there.
Positive.
It's a net positive. Yo, shout to Nanette, bro. I don't even know her name. Nanette is this girl who did a comedy special.
Industry darling.
Yeah, and the industry like loved it. And I've only seen about 36 minutes. And I'll be honest, there were some funny lines. I'm not hating on it, but it became the biggest thing in the world. And it was about, she's this lesbian chick from like not New Zealand or some shit, or Tasmania.
Tasmania,
right? Yeah. And then she did a special about how like she was gonna stop doing comedy or something like that, and like it was so brave and wildly well received and all this other shit. And so yeah, I just call lesbians Nanettes. Like every time I see one, that's a Nanette. You Nanettes, lesbians. If you listen right now, shouts to my Nanettes. Love y'all. You the OGs.
Man, they're beautiful.
Yo, you know who my favorite Nanette is?
Who?
Deadass? Young M.A., bro.
Yo,
that girl is...
I'm a fan.
Yo, son, not only am I a fan, that girl's so cool, bro.
I want to hang out with her.
This is how I know I'm getting old. I look at her like, yo, you are cool. Like, son, I see her talking in interviews and shit. Yo, she's so, like, it's authentic. I believe it.
I'm going to tell you.
I've
been in several... She came to Duce Palooza, and she's performed, and she's like...
Cool.
And I've been in events
How many hoes she pulled?
Several. That's the thing. You know when certain people walk into a room...
bitches.
When certain people walk into a room and they have that presence.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone, she's one of those people.
Yo.
Like when she walks into a room, the dudes look over, the women look over, and she's just cool as a fucking cucumber in any situation.
Filmed the show.
She'll dap all that shit.
She did an episode of the show I did called Safe Word.
Okay.
And her girlfriend at the time was DJ.
Okay.
And
Tori Bricks.
Tori Bricks.
Fine woman, yes.
Yeah, and I think they were beefing at the time for two things. One, the way she got her back was just came into the dressing room. She was like, where you going? Where you going? Just straight thug shit. Just me too this bitch and falling back in love. Unbelievable. I was so impressed.
Yo,
and
I'm a fan, son.
Then Leonard Oos, hilarious comedian homie of ours, was on the show. He said some flirty shit to Tori Bricks, like jokingly, and Young M.A. shot a look at this motherfucker. I'm not even bullshitting. Legit as fuck was like, hey, don't do that. And like a death, I'm not even, when I say death stare, I mean like a literal, she will kill you.
She will kill you.
And then Leonard was like, that's funny. She goes, hey, I'm dead ass. And everybody in the cast was like, this bitch will kill him.
Yo,
she'll flip this shit upside down right now.
Hey, Capital G.
Shouts to Young Nanette.
Fuck Young M.A., bro. We gotta get her on the show one day, goddammit.
I would love for her to come on, dead ass.
And shout out to Tyra B. She had a song back in the day. She's a big fan of the show.
Is she?
Yeah.
Shouts to Tyra B.
Some,
Lady assholes. Keep it loose.
Yeah, man. She's cool as shit. And she's also gay as well. She has a beautiful... She reminds me of Young M.A. in many ways.
Yo, I love my fucking lesbians, yo, because y'all understand how fucking
all the
annoying women are.
That's
the thing. Like, I relate to lesbians so goddamn well.
Yeah. Shantae Wayans, that's another one. Shout out to Shantae.
Yo, son,
you can talk to Shantae about how.
I'm telling you though, sit down with a lesbian, bro. And I'm not talking about like these new fresh out the tuna can lesbian. I'm talking about like you've been in the game for a minute.
Willman. Emma gets it.
Son,
Shouts to Emma.
A lesbian never been upset at a single joke I have about women.
Of course, because they get it.
They get it. They understand, bro. They understand the trials and tribulations. This shit is tribulations.
This shit's mad tribulating.
Tribulating, bro. These Nanettes be tripping, bro.
Oh my god, yo. Oh yeah, it might be.
What? Oh yo, dude, Kaz, you got to run or what?
Yeah, it's about 12:30.
Yo, you got to run. We're almost done.
We good. Let's wrap it up and then we'll be out, man. Where we at with it? I feel like I haven't done an end of an episode in so long.
I know.
For Kaz's sake, we're gonna end the episode with Kaz.
Yeah.
All right. We're not gonna do nothing.
Google Maps. How far, LG? Did you bring your luggage?
Yeah, my luggage is right here.
Oh, that's
You're at LaGuardia?
I'm good to go. Yeah.
You're at LaGuardia?
That's LaGuardia.
Dumb close, bro.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm about to call
not
the
cabin.
right
Oh,
now.
we need to talk about one thing, which is absolutely disgusting.
Where we at?
This is absolutely disgusting.
I'm already ready.
You ready?
All right.
White males.
I hate that liberals took the fun. You remember how much I used to love hating white males? You remember when we met, Andrew? I love nothing more than hating a white dude. It was my favorite shit. I wouldn't even have a reason. I would just quote, I'd just be like, they're not the devil because they're white. They're white because they're the devil. I used to just say that shit all the time. And now it's just bullying. I don't even feel good about it anymore.
God, I had a
It's
funny.
like they're running up the score.
Yeah.
I had a funny ass
all right.
Instagram post that this got people so fucking. They so tight about this one, bro. Everybody in their fucking feelings about this. I'll even play it. This isn't what I wanted to say, but I'll even play it so y'all can see it. But let me see if I can get it. But people are so in the comments really arguing and debating like this shit ain't comedy.
Cancel white males, down with the white male patriarchy. Here's my question, ladies.
What group of straight men throughout history have treated women better?
Oh, fuck.
Wait for it.
Here's a better way to ask the question. You got a daughter. You can raise her in any country in the whole world. What country do you pick? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's run by the white male patriarchy, isn't it? I'm not saying the white male patriarchy treats women perfectly, but it's clearly the best option that you got. So a little appreciation would be nice, ladies.
Here's what pissed them off.
So the next time you go vote, or you're walking around in whatever clothes you want, or you're shaving up your pussy, and you notice that your clit is still attached to your body, just take a moment and go, thanks, white male patriarchy.
Son, that was so heated, bro. That was so heated. But you know what? This is how you know this show is so dope. You know, I got so many DMs from dudes that listen to Flagrant 2.
Yeah.
And they're just like, yo, do that shit. Go with the flagrancy. We don't give a fuck. We out here. Because they get it. We just provoking thought. I'm just triggering these motherfuckers purposely. But the real thing that's disgusting is Blake Griffin's child support settlement.
This is insane.
Oh, man, fuck.
So
okay. I got 5 minutes.
5 minutes, and then we wrapping it up. 5 minutes on Blake. This guy just got ordered by a judge to pay $3 million a year in child support, right? His baby mama, this serial baby having ass bitch, got Leinert.
Oof.
She got Matt Leinert.
That wasn't worth it.
No. You predicted wrong. She stayed getting dudes to get injured. So you like brittle dick. So she got Matt Leinert. Settlement right there. Now she's getting $3 million a year from Blake Griffin. Now, again, the rule here is based on a percentage of your salary. I think it's 9% of your salary or some shit like that you can get in child support.
There should be a ceiling.
Son, thank you, Akash.
It should be a ceiling.
How much does it cost to raise a baby? Let's be honest with ourselves.
Over the course
here.
of a lifetime, the average baby's $1 million.
Okay, but not over the course of a lifetime. Just a yearly
So
baby
divide that by
raising.
18.
So they're 18. Yeah,
Son,
that's a lot.
If I'm rich, I'll give you $100,000 a year.
really-
It should
raise
not
my
be
baby.
more than 100,000, yo. I mean, 100,000 is even absurd. Like,
And if it costs that much, then you give the baby to me.
yeah, because you can't afford it.
Because
I'm
you
sorry.
can't
You're not
afford
good
it.
with money.
I can take care of him better than you. If it's that expensive, I got that.
That's it. I'm gonna take the baby.
Me and my new girl will take care of this
Exactly,
baby.
yeah. We don't-
This
we don't
baby is
complain.
not.
Yeah.
You.
$3 million a year. This was my feeling on it was like how annoying.
If a man can't have, let me say some controversial shit. If a lot of people say a man can't have a say if a woman has an abortion,
Yeah.
when you have a kid, you can't suddenly be like, nah, you don't have any say in whether or not I keep this, whether or not you get to raise this.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I'm cool with it. Abortion's a woman's decision, but who gets this baby? You don't just get to have it because you're a woman.
That's
I don't
interesting.
not get say in that in his
Sweden
life.
has some law they were coming out, which was if a dude doesn't want to keep, if a girl wants to have the baby, but the dude doesn't, what he can do is remove parental rights. So you can't abort it because you want to as a dude, but what you can do is say, I don't want to be responsible for it. I don't want to have anything to do with it. Which is an interesting solution because if you implement that in America, guess what? You're going to have a lot of babies that aren't going to be born because these girls are doing it for a check. She's not doing that for the love of the baby. You're doing that for the love of $3 million a year.
Yeah.
And think about how, and this is what I was saying on
And
Instagram.
is that bitch fit to be a mother?
I don't know if she fit to be a mother or not. All I'm saying is you got to be, you know how annoying you got to be where someone pays you $3 million a year to not be with you. Like, think about how awful your personality got to be. That it's worth $3 million, you know?
But when his career is over, is it still $3 million a year?
It goes back down to whatever you're making.
Yeah.
But my feeling is it's just absurd amount of money. Like, these laws came about when women didn't work.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you needed some money to raise the baby. But now you talking all this equality and Women's March and all this shit. I can't wait till the Women's March has a bunch of issues talking about how child support payments are absurdly high and it should just cap out at a certain amount, et cetera.
Because it's starting to flip now. Stay-at-home dads get divorced, and now the women have to pay spousal support.
Good.
Because of this bullshit logic of, oh, well, I didn't get to work while we were together, so I sacrifice money.
All right.
If it's in, there should be a contract where the husband says, I don't want you to work, and I agree to pay spousal support if we get divorced. Because then he said, I don't want you to work, and I did cost you this money. But a lot of women are just like, look, I don't want to work. I want to be a mom. I want to take care of my kids.
Which is great.
Cool, that's
It's a
great. That's
full-time
amazing.
job,
Good for
yeah.
you.
Son.
But I didn't cost you money. You made that decision.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you stopped my career. No, the love of that baby that came out of your vagina stopped your career, which is completely okay and commendable. You want to spend time with your baby. My feeling is like, bruh, like you said, ceiling. we need to cap it at something.
I'm gonna say some shit that's
reasonable.
That's very generous, I think, for women. If you're with a guy before he pops, gets famous, and then he gets famous, you get half. I'll give you half, but nothing after that outside of child support. Ain't no spousal support.
Son.
Ain't no fucking $3 million. $100,000 a year. I will give you.
Damn.
And that's if I'm rich.
Yo, this is it. If you're my wife and we want to have a family together and we plan on having kids together,
yeah.
And you raise my kid, and I know you get half. I'm totally fine with that. That's because we planned this and we wanted this, and then it didn't work out. But at the end of the day, I got someone I know and love and trust looking after my baby. That's the best case scenario. I got nothing but single moms don't get enough love from me. I can't even tell you how much respect I got for single moms. Right. That's the that's the illest thing out there in the world, and we don't do enough to support them. We don't do enough to support the troops. We don't do enough to support single moms.
Right.
But that being said, if you you catch some pre-cum, you know what I mean? Like an unplanned baby, and now I'm giving you $3 million a year when we didn't even want this. Like, come on, yo.
If I sign a Supermax, I get a vasectomy that day if I'm
It should come with it.
Straight up.
Dead ass. It should come with this.
Just clip it off.
As they're negotiating,
no trade clause, no baby
figures,
clause. Yeah.
I'm hearing 9 figures. I'm setting up the appointment right that fucking day. And I'm not fucking until it's done.
That's it, bro. Yo, Kaz got a dip. All right, man. So let's wrap this episode up.
Wrap this up real quick.
Yo, man, thank y'all so much for listening.
Yes, sir.
Kaz, you got some dates or something that you can run out?
Oh, man. Next Saturday, Duce Palooza, Detroit. Pull up.
Oh, shit.
Week after that, one day only, Duce Palooza and Brunch Mounts are coming together. Saturday, all-day party. It's going to be crazy.
Where?
In Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn,
okay,
New York,
BK.
Home team. And then, goddamn, we're coming to Philly on
Duce Palooza in Philly?
Yeah, Duce Palooza Philly, August 31st, Made in America weekend. Pull up, get your tickets on DucePalooza.com.
If I'm in town, I'm gonna try to swing
Come
there.
through,
I'll take my girl.
come
She's
through,
from
man.
Philly.
You gonna
Come
take
through,
your
man.
girl to Duce Palooza?
Yeah. She's from. I'm faithful, bro. I'm a great boyfriend.
But what about the dudes out there? You're gonna be shooting super soakers full of Duce in them.
Nah, I trust my girl.
All right, folks.
She ain't fucking around.
Akash.
Nah, you hit it. I got my fucking webpage is acting up. I can't.
Okay, well, yo, I'm gonna be August 16th, Seattle. We might be close to sold out, man. I know there was 30 tickets left a few days ago. So go get those, sell that bitch out real quick. And then I still got tickets left for the Vancouver shows, August 17th. I think it's at the Rio Theater. So make sure we sell that bitch out. Just go get them tickets, spread the word out there in Vancouver. I'm excited to go to Vancouver. That's my first time. Then I'm gonna be coming back to the city. I'm going to go to Burning Man, which is going to be lit. If you're going to go to Burning Man this year, you plan on going, holler at me to DMs, man. Definitely down to link up with the assholes out there. Then I'm going to do, I think it's East Rutherford, New Jersey. I'm going to do the Stress Factory Comedy Club. I'll be there in September. Then I'm going to go out in the same month of September to Europe, do the Views from the Sis in Europe. We got, you already know, London, Amsterdam, Antwerp, Oslo, Copenhagen, Stockholm. Then I'm coming back. We got Boston, Chicago, Madison, Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Man, we got Atlanta. We got Tempe. We got a bunch of other days. Go to theintershows.com. Get tickets for all that shit. But thank y'all so much for supporting the podcast, man. And and I know that we haven't had Brilliant Idiots out the last few weeks. You know, there's some fuck shit going on. It is what it is, and we are trying to work it out. And I'm sure y'all know exactly what it is. Pretty much, y'all have been predicting it pretty well. But we're going to do our best to work it out. But in the meantime, man, I love that y'all are coming on to Flagrant 2 and seeing what we do over here, man, keeping that flagrancy high and tight. And, I'm going to do my best to keep on releasing Flagrant 2s or something else on Thursdays. So you got that good content to give you some laughs and some distraction every week.
Let me tell you the beautiful thing about this podcast.
Yeah.
Andrew's never going to change.
Boom.
I am too far away from being rich to change. Kaz works. So he will change. He changing already, but the motherfucker growing all the time anyway. So we can stay flagrant for a long time over here.
Facts.
We good over here.
Facts, man.
Bring you that raw.
I'm super excited, man. And all y'all hit me up about the Patreon, dude. That was dope, man. I can't even tell you how many DMs motherfuckers were like, yo, that's a great idea. We got to protect the flagrancy. We got to do this and that. So I'm talking to the people at Patreon, figuring out the best way to do it. But I think the best way to protect the flagrancy and to protect what we do out here is really insulate us, from these motherfuckers that could take everything away.
Yeah.
So thank y'all for supporting that. I think that's a great idea. And thank you guys for even suggesting that shit. So we're going to work on that, and we're going to work on some good stuff in the near future. Akash.
We got the most loyal fans. I really believe this in the podcast game.
Facts.
I really believe we got the most loyal, dopest, supportive fans of any. And I know how many podcasts there are that are huge and their fans fuck with them. All of them. I still believe our fans are more loyal. So thank y'all for that, and hopefully when Patreon comes around, y'all can just keep supporting. But here's the dates. We're doing a Southern tour, but we added Pittsburgh, September 26th at 8 p.m. All these dates are at AmericanBornDesiComics.com, and I'm going to try to add ticket links to my page as well. Nashville, September 27th at Zanies at 8:30. Huntsville, Stand Up Live, September 28th and September 29th. September 30th, Atlanta, we're at the Red Clay Comedy Festival. October 2nd, we're in Charlotte at the Comedy Zone. October 3rd, we're in Raleigh at Good Nights Comedy Club. And October 4th, we're in Washington, D.C. at the D.C. Improv. Here's the thing. Two of us are from the South. The other two are from fucking Boston and New York. So they got all these backwards ass views of the South. They think it's this hateful ass, ignorant ass place. I need the assholes to come through and support and show that we fuck with comedy. We're not sensitive. That's the place to do comedy. The South. Let them know.
That's true. I do believe that. There's there's great comedy crowds in the South.
Yeah.
Yo, man. And that's another episode of Flagrant 2.
Thank
We
y'all
really
for
the
listening.
most flagrant podcast on the planet. Really the illest, the funniest, the greatest. It's just what we do. We're the fucking go to this game. It's not even close.
Hell yeah.
It really isn't close. But y'all already know it. So spread the word. And when I say spread the word, I don't mean spread it to everybody. Spread the word to those who get what we're doing over here.
Don't spread the word to everybody. They'll fuck the
Don't
fun
be generic about it. You know what I mean? If you think somebody really fucks with it, then put them on game. That's what it is. You know what I mean? What we are is we're a bomb-ass restaurant in some neighborhood that nobody even knows.
Speak easy.
Exactly. That's what this is. This really is speakeasy, but we speak wild. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. And you pull the people into the speakeasy that you know will fuck with that environment. You don't pull the feds in there. You know what I mean? You don't pull the police in there. You don't pull the cornballs in there. You pull the people that will fuck with it and help it grow. And this shit is
Keep the
growing
vibe.
organically. It's crazy to see this shit grow. It's wild. Anyway, so thank y'all for doing that. We already know you supporting it. Have a great day. Peace.
God bless.